The view and opinions of the new culture empire are his own, and they may trigger you. Watch with caution.
The debt was discharged. Okay, cool. Can you please tell me, from an accounting standpoint, on how that discharge will look on the books? If you know it, you know. What's your loan evidence on the balance sheet, and what balance sheet did they have to use, and what line and what item is your loan accounted for on the balance sheet? Just off the top of your head. Social security number, and the numbers on your birth certificate, and everything is just trust law. Move-in equity. Trust. All these trust law people, if all this was so true and it was just that simple, why is the poverty rate still what it is? But when you're dealing with people that actually knows the game and knows and can understand and can pick up and can point out inconsistencies on the fly, those are the people that gets banned from their lives.
Not assigned to any court cases, any type of criminal bonds or anything of that, or an individual. It's only for corporate securities or municipal securities.
You need to be, let's keep the conversation light, let's keep the conversation casual, let's sit here try to get to know each other, let's see if we can have a conversation, let's see if we even get along before we want to decide if we want to have a
says in A.
See here, the reason that you're not able to access the information through our customer portal is because of the email that we or letter that we received from you. That was actually escalated to our compliance team. So whenever we have, an issue where we're investigating something, we place everything on hold.
I am not stepping on y'all toes, and none of you all are a threat. You wanna know why? Because everything that y'all talking about is the same they said for 40 years ago. None of you will ever have me in fear or jeopardy. Like, y'all ain't no competition. You a competition. Y'all sitting there talking about securitization. Y'all know nothing about a securitization. You're talking about this simplified, it's just this, securitized, it's discharge. You know you don't know the actual accounting that they do. They know you don't know how to fight them, argue, and combat them. You know you don't know how to do it. I know you don't know how to do it because I know, and this is coming from, the back office, I'm just going to say that. A lot of stuff that you need to know to beat these people is their internal operations. I've yet to see one person on here talk about anything that they do internally. What we go over in group is right in line with the legal standards and the professionalism on how it has to look and what you need to know when you attack these people.
The words that he used was, "You're going about it standard operating procedures."
So they will not have a driver's license, a vehicle registration, an insurance card, or anything in which there is some type of implicit contract, verbal or nonverbal contract, in which the United States government can hold sway over them as a slave. Sovereigns believe in two different things. That each of us are two distinct individuals. We are our free man, which is our flesh and blood, our human aspect, and we're our straw man. And that straw man is that corporate slave, if you will, to the United States corporate government.
Ah, the government. It loves you and wants to keep you safe and well. It even wants to make paying taxes, fines, and court costs easier for you. How? Well, you'll need to meet your straw man. He was born the same day you were. He looks like you, has the same name, and lives in your house, but you never knew he existed. You will have even paid his parking tickets or taxes. The worst part? He's been dead from day one. From every birth certificate, a legal personality, or legal fiction, created with the same name to confuse little old you into thinking it's you. So there is a human you and a paper you, or as it's commonly known, a straw man. So when it seems like government officials, court clerks, or the police are speaking English, they aren't. They're speaking legalese, designed to make you agree to verbal and written contracts without even knowing about it, all spun from Black's Law Dictionary. For example, when the police say, "Do you understand?" you'll say, "Yes." What they are really saying is, "Do you stand under our authority?" Oopsie-daisy, you just created a verbal contract with them. Oh, you clever government.
Welcome to the New Culture Empire. Now coming to the stage, your host, Thomas Legacy.
Mm-hmm. We know. I think this is more fitting. It never hits any harder than the funny shit I seen today.
You're rocking with the best. You're rocking with the best.
No pressure, nah, I ain't feeling no pressure.
What is up? We about to slide up in here today. Oh, we got some things to talk about today. Eric, my name always seems to have to come up when people get met with disgruntled clients. The first thing they think is that I sent them. I don't be giving a fuck about, I don't care about none of that stuff. The New Culture Empire, we doing our thing. We doing our thing, man. We not worried about that. Like I said, we got real professionals. Got real professionals on our team, man. Like real live, like real professionals on our team. This ain't even a gimmick, a fraud. And I know that most people their way is good. And what you think, what your interpretation is, what better? Because if you're talking about compliance, corporations, this, that, and the third, one thing that I realized about compliance is very rarely of any of these corporations ever compliant. Supreme Elite Team, we know that just by uncovering what we cover. They're rarely ever compliant. They're rarely ever compliant of what they're supposed to do, how they're supposed to do. Being compliant is not being compliant to what the corporation wants you to do or any measure in which they will accept your instruments. Being compliant is being compliant with the rules and regulations that govern it. And if you are compliant and they still don't acquiesce, guess what? This is where we have the court system. Your compliance and making sure you're compliant, none of that means anything if you can't enforce it in court. I told y'all, everything is an administrative way. Everything is an administrative way. So I was over there on Midwest Channel earlier. I didn't go over there because of him necessarily. Like, I'm so far removed from him I didn't go over there necessarily because of him. I went over there because I heard some people in the chat were talking about Lamont, your credit score. Show your credits. Where the credits at? Credits. But then man, West said he showed people his transcript. Hold on, let me and then they say, hey, show the credits, show it, show the money that you got. And I was like, well, didn't y'all tell me to show what I received? A transcript and a deposit? And I said, remember, y'all, don't be hypocrites. How you gonna talk about me when a transcript ain't a deposit or refund? Have y'all seen a refund? A transcript ain't that. Damn, the pot calling the kettle black. Because when I asked the question, no one answered. No one answered. No one answered. No one answered. And then the minions in the chat, it's always the ones that really ain't got shit. You already know how that goes. But this saying, I have assets. I have assets. I have assets. I have assets. You know what this is? When you get investment property. You know what this kind of? This is when you get investment property. This when you know when you close a deal. This is everything that comes with it. This is everything that comes with it when you purchase investment property. This is everything that comes with it. Talk about resales. No representation. Agree as a result, corporation has represented to me that we can resell this week or any other week I own through any sale, through any resale company for profit or gain. No representatives indicate that no representatives made that we can't rent it out for this week. No representation. Basically saying there's no condition to purchase any potential. This purchase not conditioned upon any potential resale, rental, tax benefit. Basically saying we're not gonna say nothing if y'all do it because we doing it too because everything's privately owned. New owner verification sheet. See, everybody. People talking about investments. They got investments. Authorization agreement, payment agreement. See all that? Called investment property. Everybody says they got it. They purchase homes and shit. Everybody says they have it. Everybody says they have it. Welcome. Member line. Really? They all say they got it. They all say they got it. Bam. Rectory got it. All real estate. Investment property. Private funded. All this. New owner. Me and my wife, I purchased it, put her name on it too, because that's what we do when we married. New owner verification sheet. You see that? Since they know my name so well, Lamont Thomas. Since you know my name so well, new owner, authorized payment, account number. Yeah. Resortments, all this, what to do. My lawyer, who to contact if I got any issues. Ownership. Notice of assignment, sale, or transfer of servicing rights. All the documents, bonus, gold, everything. Breakdown, financial forecast, how much money you can make, how much you're going to be able to make, the financial forecast, the project, they set everything up for you, how much you can make, how to maximize it, how to do it, how to go about any of this and doing this, how to rent out, unit weeks, how to rent out, what's the best time to do it, leasing and resale, what's the best time to do it and when to do it. Got my own lawyer. And they got the nerve to say, I got assets. Charles said he got assets. And then, you know, I don't really want to get too much into it. But I can go all year. I can go all year. That's one. I go all year. I got from 2025 all the way to 2024. I got all year. I got all year to show monthly deposits for a year, all year. All year. All year. I can go all year. I go back to 2024. I come up to 2025. Charles, you wish you could see $16,524.21 a month. In a month. You wish you could see it. That's a low end. That's low end. That's low end. You wish you could see that. The average American barely living paycheck to paycheck. You wish Charles, you wish you could see that. You wish you could see that. You wish you can see that, Charles. Charles, you wish you can see that in a month. Already had one, went down there on a vacation, got another one. You wish you could see that in 1 month. You wish you could see that in 1 month. Hey, Charles, you wish you could see that in 1 month. I know you do. I know you do, Charles. I know you could. I know you wish you can. I know you wish you can. That's a slight month. I didn't even do shit that month. It was my birthday month. I spent money that month. Still brought in $6,000 off nothing. I spent money all month. I ain't do shit. I ain't sell my shit. I ain't book it. I said I'm taking this month off. The whole month. I took the whole month of June off. I took the whole month of June off. That's August. June, that's August. Yeah, that's August. That's low end. That's low end. That's low end. That's not even shit that's low end. Because I still got shit left over from all the other months. That's low end. That's one thing y'all got to understand, man. It's not everything. Everybody ain't here just chasing the credit. We need to chase credits all for. And this out too? God damn it. We all just chase credits. Which you can see 15 racks in them up. And it's about to get critical out here, Charles. Let me add them all up. Make me add them all up. Charles, you'll shit your pants. You'll shit your pants, Charles. You know you can't compete. You know you can't compete, Charles. Charles, you know you can't compete. 18,000, then there 20 piece. We ain't even talking Cash App. I don't even include the Cash App. What's up? Hey, what's up, Thomas? I don't even include the Cash App. Cash App, that'd have been about 27, 28. 22. Oh, you thought, oh, it was only 2024. Oh, no. Want me to go back to 2023 on you? I told you, since I had my first break, I ain't never looked back. See, this is the shit, yeah. This is the shit you motherfuckers over there looking for. Y'all looking for shit like that. See, y'all looking for all one big lump sum. Y'all looking for one big lump sum. That's what y'all looking for. Y'all looking for one big lump sum. Man, this shit scattered so much. I got this shit scattered all over. But before we get into it, since Mr. Charles, let's talk about it, Mr. Charles. Let's run it, because you said you had property and shit. Assets. I don't know. That could mean anything. I ain't talking about assets on the private side and the private, and I really know, and I can really do, and I got really entitlements to shit you can't even spend. Oh, man. Authentication failed. What's going on? Shit that you really can't. I don't know what's going on. Their app messing up. Shit that you really can't spend. I got assets. What does that mean? We all got that, and everything you have is an asset. This is an asset. Your vehicle is an asset. We talking about assets that bring in cash flow. Because if you really had assets that bring in cash flow, Mr. Charles, you wouldn't be still trying to find a way. Assets that's bringing in cash flow. Huh? I don't know what's wrong with the app. That shit down there, and the year ain't even out yet. That shit well over 200, damn near, well over 2. It's like 3 and some change already. And that just ain't 1 year. So while you motherfuckers hoping to get a credit from the IRS, I don't rely on it, because that's extra. I get to a year round anyway. So I'm not desperate for it. In the air on these haters. Yay. You know? Levels above, man. It's the only position to be when you levels above, man. Come on, man. You know, the family at my shit. Having a good old time. The family at my shit. That's my shit. I got the documents. I got the documents for it right here. That's my shit. You know, Koozie in the bathroom, man. Just relax, man. Just I'm on the edge. And we about to hop in here, man, have a good time, you know. I can go to anytime I want. I just turn the key. I got the key. Where the keys? Got somewhere. So when I go out of town, when I do that, you know, it's what I can do. You know, Charles?
What's good, y'all? So, this was in response to my motion to dismiss because my client was being sued by a company that purchased the debt and they filed a lawsuit. She owed $17,000. I filed a motion to dismiss knowing that it was premature, knowing that it may get denied at this stage, because if you look right here, judge's response. But what most people don't understand is that I have top elite court litigation skills, so I really filed this motion to set a trap. So I was ordered to respond. So you can imagine that, well, if they denied your motion to dismiss, and everything in this response was the same thing I filed in my motion to dismiss. See, I set a trap not only for the company, but for the judge too, because I know court strategy and how to structure a motion where the judge is basically can't even rule against me. Now, most people would say, well, if you filed the same things, double down on your position in your actual response, then to your motion to dismiss, there's no way that the case is going to move to pretrial or a conference. They're going to get awarded because you didn't win your motion to dismiss, right? But like I said, I set a trap. Now, look at the yellow highlighted. You see, I pretty much handicapped the judge and not giving them a judgment right.
You see that? After they filed the complaint, all that administrative stuff that she was trying, they steamroller, you know, be compliant. They don't give a shit about that. The only way you can win is show them that your claim could be enforced in court. This is after the response. Must discuss substantial and procedural issues. If the commencement of the pretrial of the parties have not held preliminary discussions, the pretrial will be rescheduled until such time as the parties comply with the directive. Basically saying, y'all not getting the fucking judgment. We can't give them the judgment. Then he produced a hellified substantial issues and procedure issues that you can't undo. So y'all need to figure out what you going to do. You either going to settle or I'm going to entertain their summary judgment. See, this is what I'm talking about. And it's not just the lawsuit. It's everything that goes in before it's filed. This, I'm going to tell you, none of y'all know this. I don't care what your teachers say, being compliant. This is after they filed the lawsuit, after they attached the complaint, after they attached the debt, after they attached the promissory note. See, y'all be off somewhere trying to send an instrument in and validate the debt. Charles, you forgot that
you're rocking with the best.
Charles, this is real true. Oh, that's true. Look at Yusuf L now. Even Midwest, that sovereign citizen shit don't work. Hey, even I was saying it years. That birth certificate don't work. Trying to take it into the bank don't work. None of that shit don't work. Now everybody know that sovereign citizen don't work. Shit don't work now because of
you're rocking with the best.
Everybody that was pushing that 1099A, filing it the wrong way to pay your bills, they ain't want to listen to me when I first came on until they found out I was right. Now, guess what everybody's saying? 1099A, you're going to jail. You better leave it alone. Trustee. Yeah. I mean, come on now. Let's not play games. So you want to talk about, oh, your credit score. I showed you. Credit score what? Credit score what? Credit score what? Credit score what? Y'all see what I'm rolling in? Credit score what? Charles, 2 Mercedes-Benz GLE 350 and an S500.
credit score that fucked up. I can't get none of that shit. Credit score. How the fuck my credit score is so fucked up? If my credit score so fucked up, I still getting more shit than you. I'm still getting way more shit than you. Because one thing that you got to understand, credit score only is a small piece of the pie. But when you can go back from 2024 and 2023 and 2025 and just show this shit every month, 16, 25, 32, 27, 15, 11, 10, 15, 27, 17, 18, 15, 20, 21, 25, 27, and just keep going on and on and on and on. That's called receivables. That's called receivables. No receivables means you got sufficient funds to pay this shit. The beginning, because they wanted a judgment. But what I did with the motion to dismiss. Therefore, we are seeking a judgment. That's them when they filed it. They're seeking a judgment with the complaint. And they actually attached the they actually attached the actual promissory note to it. And you mean to tell me even after they attached the promissory note, they still can't get a win? And it's not just me. See, Charles, what you don't understand, the people that's in my Supreme Elite team are way more advanced than you. They know way more than you. They're more professional than you. They're more successful in life than you. A lot of them got a lot of shit going on in life. A lot of them know how to do lawsuits themselves. I got a lot of talented people in my group. The problem is the teachers always seems to be the ones. But this is a client of mine. This is not mine. I'm not like these teachers just showing my stuff. This is a client. This is a client of mine. I laid the trap, and then I came back with the response that pretty much handicapped the judge. Now it's our turn. Now we're about to move for summary judgment. And this is going to be another victory. New culture. But that's what you'll get. When you deal with these teachers out here, that's what you'll get. Wherefore is ordered, the defendant's motion for summary judgment is granted because the pro se was the plaintiff. That's what you're going to get outside of me and the professional. That's all you're going to get right there.
According to your conversation with your friend, the attorney, what we go over in group is right in line with the legal standards and the professionalism on how it has to look and what you need to know when you attack these people.
The words that he used was, "You're going about it standard operating procedures."
You're rocking with the best.
You think, but hold on. It must be true. This must be standard operating procedures about court, how to style your claims. It must be true. They attached the complaint. You know I wasn't going to let y'all see my response. Y'all be running to steal it. They attached the complaint. Where the judgment at? Civil pretrial. You know, that's where the motions come to scalp them at. So what the lawyer said, what Troy told me the lawyer said about me, it must be true.
With your friend, the attorney, what we go over in group is right in line with the legal standards and the professionalism on how it has to look and what you need to know when you attack these people.
The words that he used was, "You're going about it standard operating procedures."
The new culture empire, where we set standards, raise the bar, and executing greatness right in front of the low-hanging fruit. Poverty mindset's face, Thomas' legacy as Pro C, is on legendary status. And if you ain't know, it's the new culture empire. Mindset's face, Thomas' legacy as Pro C, is on legendary status. And if you ain't know,
Charles, you can't come for me, man. My life is an open book, man. My life is an open book. Y'all seen the time I went and withdrew 25 racks out the bank just to tell your guru, Charles, stop playing with me? You know, you remember the time. Do we need to take a trip down memory lane? Do we need to take a trip down memory lane? Do you remember the time? Or you want to act like that don't exist? I think the next day, what was it the next day? A fast IRS deposit, some shit like that. I don't know, because I don't really give a shit. And the only reason why I came in the chat is because y'all started saying my name. He ain't say my name. Midwest talking about somebody 50,000. 50,000 or some shit like that. Shit. I don't know. I don't even believe that shit was true. I don't even believe. Ain't nobody. If you dumb enough to let somebody get you for 50 racks, you deserve to be. Ain't nobody giving out no goddamn 50 racks. You motherfucker ain't even got 50 racks. Somebody you got scammed for 50 racks. I didn't even believe that shit. But for some reason, the students gotta say my name. Why you gotta say my name, students? But you see the Navy Federal, flag there. You see the Navy Federal had about damn near 10 of them. Hi, Midwest. How you feeling, Midwest, today? Everything all right? Everything all right, man? I wanna. In case you forgot, Charles. In case you forgot. Don't do this shit, Dave. Think I'm scrambling like y'all motherfuckers? Talking about you looking for a remedy. Now you looking for the shit I got that I get consistently. That's why I'm not desperate. Haven't even been on here like that since last year because I got a lot of shit I'm taking care of for people in real life. Bankruptcies to file. This court case with the pretrial. Then we got another court case coming up November, a mortgage. Then I got another court case coming up, I think early next year, mortgage. Mortgages, autos, business, bankruptcy filings for people that got dealerships. Real life. Just got a new client for a mortgage. Taxes, autos, complaints, letters. Let's not go there, Mr. Charles. I swear you won't win this one.
it's the new culture empire.
That he used was
In front of the low-hanging legacy as Pro C is on legendary status. And if you ain't,
You probably thought I was lying too. Didn't you, Charles? Probably thought I was lying too. Damn, his credit's so fucked up. How the fuck he keep winning? His credit's so fucked up. How the fuck he keep winning? How the fuck he keep getting shit? How the fuck you get investment properties? How the fuck you get all the documents to that? How the fuck you keep winning? Why the fuck he about to go get a G-Wagon? Why the fuck is he about to do that? Show us your credit score. I'm showing you my credit score right here. This is my credit score right here. Just like they ran it for those. They ran it for here. You want to see more credit score? What else you want to see? You want to see where I dropped 100 racks at one time? I guess you want to see that too. I guess you want to see where I dropped 100 racks at one time. Not even going to waste my time. But what we are going to show, y'all remember this? Y'all remember this? Banking secrets, the banking class. Y'all remember the banking class? Y'all remember the banking class? Hey, do y'all remember the banking class? When they was about to run it up bands after, remember everybody was taking it, expecting to run it up bands, remember? Remember the banking class? They thought they was gonna do this off the banking class.
Hey, yeah, run it up, bands. Got the bitches jumping out the pan.
They were so disappointed.
You're rocking with the best.
They were so disappointed. No, they never make it that far in court. Why you think everything they doing is administrative? Everything they can't even show pretrial paperwork. You right. They don't even show the results after they respond to a suit, because that shit's always dismissed or summary judgment for the other party. Hold on. You all right, Richard? What did he say? Hold on.
It's the new culture empire.
You're right. Right at the now, look at. Well, if you found court strategy, I found in my most can imagine that. Hold on, everybody. Just listen to this again. I think y'all missed it. Because that was a good point I should expound on. You know, I'm in my bed. I'll start my intense physical training next week, y'all. My Billy Blanks training. I gotta get myself like really back in order. I lost that muscle, man. I need to get it all the way back. But okay, so look, my client was referred to me by somebody in my group. Of course, client referred to me for somebody in my group. They sent me the complaint, what was going on. Actually, they reached out. Actually, when I finally got around to it, it was like 3 days had to respond. So thinking on my feet, I said, ask for an extension. How do I do it? I just type up a little letter, just say, can I get an extension? What does the judge do? Grants the extension. Simple. Then I filed not the initial response to their complaint. I filed a motion to dismiss. I know that the motion to dismiss is premature. See, I already know this, but it doesn't hurt because there was a reason why I filed it. It's called court strategy. It's called court strategy. So I filed a motion to dismiss. The judge, hold on. Actually, I think I have it right here. I'm going to show you. The judge overruled my motion to dismiss. Oh, here we go. Oh, shit. Actually, that's it right there. I'm tripping. That's the motion to dismiss. This day came before the court's consideration on the defendant's motion to dismiss filed on September 10th, 2025, pro se. It wasn't really her that did it. It was I that did it, but submitted in her name. The court, having reviewed the case materials before the court, finds said motion not well taken, and the same is accordingly overruled.
The defendant will have 14 days from the date of this entry to file an answer, all until further order of the court. 99% of the people would have panicked, lost faith. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You don't know what you're doing. Because they think court is one big file this, win. Not knowing courts are in stages. Victories are won in stages in court. So what would the average person think? Lamont, you cannot double down on the same exact arguments in the response that you used in the motion to dismiss because they already overruled the motion to dismiss. Ooh. There's no way that you're going to double down on the same arguments. It's impossible to double down on the same arguments because it's going to end up in the judgment for the plaintiff. Obviously, what you argued wasn't sufficient enough to get the case dismissed. So if you actually try to use the same arguments in your actual answer, the judge is going to dismiss it.
Well, if they denied your motion to dismiss.
So in this document here, I doubled down on the same arguments. I didn't even change them. I doubled down on the same arguments. Talking about standing on your square, you better hope it's the right square you standing on.
You're rocking with the best.
I doubled down on the same arguments. Not only did I make the same arguments again, I reaffirmed and I stood on the same arguments. There's no way that the court is not going to issue a judgment in their favor.
And everything in this response was the same thing I filed in my motion to dismiss. See, I set a trap not only for the company, but for the judge too, because I know court strategy and how to structure a motion where the judge is basically can't even rule against me. Now,
that was the double down.
You're rocking with the best.
Filed the motion to dismiss. Hey, Your Honor, you know they messed up. Hey, Your Honor, I know it's premature, but I'm still going to show you. You know they're stuck now, right? Your Honor, you know that I already know that even with all the evidence they showing, they are Your Honor. Let's just do it now. Overruled. Okay. Response. Hey, Your Honor, you know they done messed up, right? Your Honor, just like my motion to dismiss, I'm saying the same thing here. Your Honor, you know they messed up, right? 99% of the people who were so panicky and have no patience, no understanding, they would have went to someone else to file the response and would have it would have got their ass sent up Schitt's Creek, and then that person would have blamed me.
Now, most people would say, well, if you filed the same things, double down on your position in your actual response, then to your motion to dismiss, there's no way that the case is going to move to pretrial or a conference. They're going to get awarded because you didn't win your motion to dismiss, right? But like I said, I set a trap.
You're rocking with the best.
This matter is set for pretrial. Your Honor, I thought my motion to dismiss was not well taken and overruled. But there you go, the same arguments at the official answer. Come on, man. And this is what sets the new culture empire apart from everyone else. Want to know why it sets us apart? Because not only we are dogs at the administrative claim, we know how to enforce our administrative claim in court. That's the difference.
Most people, they're going to administrative claim they ass to death. This don't work, they're going to try this. This don't work, they try this. This don't work, they're going to try this. This don't work, they're going to try this. This don't work. They're never going to take it to court. And when they take it into court, it's always going to be some sovereign citizen misinterpretation of statutes, not relevant case law, affidavits, or something that's going to automatically result in a summary judgment because there's no material issue or genuine fact.
We're about to take it back.
That's all that's going to happen to 99% of people out here. Very few people ever get past this stage, right? Ever get to this stage. Very few people ever get to this stage. Pro se. When I say outside of a top seasoned lawyer that I am a dog in court and litigation, you better believe me. Civil or federal, I handicapped the federal court of appeals for the Fourth Circuit. You know, I handicapped them for 5 years. It took them 5 years to rule on my appeal. As amount of time that I spent in the feds. Do you want to know what would happen if they'd have ruled in my appeal in my favor? They would have had to reverse the rulings that they just did because the arguments that those people made, I told them not to make those arguments, have their lawyers supplement their motion and file my argument as their brief because I wanted to make their case the precedent because those cases took precedence over mine. But let me tell you this. I had so many lawyers writing me out the blue, congratulating me on making a hell of a argument. And you know what ended up happening? A year after I was released from the feds, they changed the laws. And criminal is way harder to win than civil in the federal circuit. Want to know why they denied my appeal? Want to know why they denied it? Thomas failed to raise the argument in General District Court. Even though I told the court, I addressed the issue, I said, Your Honor, I know I didn't file this motion. I know I'm just bringing up this issue on the first time of appeal. And I know when you bring up issues for the first time, they review the appeal de novo. But I ask you, please take into consideration that this is a constitutional issue and that a constitutional issue should be allowed to be raised at any claim, at any stage. They was like, if we rule in your favor, we have to go and undo the rulings that we just made. Like we're going to be so inconsistent with our rulings now. We're going to look crazy. If you don't take your ass home, if you don't get the hell out of here, and I took a plea. You know, when you take a plea, you can't file no appeal. You know how many times I checked the federal courts, the criminal, when people file an appeal after they took a plea, that's one of the rights you give up to appeal, and they file their appeal, and the courts immediately throw the case out. They immediately throw the case out, citing the appeal waiver. I've read 300 orders. Pursuant to Rule 11, you took a plea, you can't appeal now. Okay. It's my own federal case. United States of America versus Lamont Andre Thomas. Lamont Andre Thomas ceased to appeal his conviction and sentence. His attorney filed a brief pursuant to Anders versus California, 386 U.S. 738, 1967. An Anders brief means, Your Honor, there are no genuine issues that I found, but as his lawyer, as his duty, I got to make some shit up just to file for him. Basically, when a lawyer files a Anders brief, it's basically saying there's no merit to this appeal, by the way, I'm just filing it as the duty of his lawyer. And I told my lawyer, yo, please argue this for the court on my appeal. He said, well, you can argue it. No, you can argue it on your own because the judge is going to give you some time to submit your supplemental brief. So Thomas seeks to appeal his conviction and sentence. His attorney has filed a brief pursuant to Anders versus California. The government has moved to dismiss the appeal based on the appeal waiver. 99% of the times, that's it. In his pro se supplemental briefs, that's me against the United States government by myself. That's me against the United States government by myself.
You're rocking with the best.
In his pro se supplemental briefs, Thomas argues that Hobbs Act robbery is not a crime of violence under 18 U.S.C. Section 924C, and his convictions and sentence are invalid in light of Johnson versus United States Supreme Court 2015. The court places the appeal in abeyance pending a decision in United States versus Ali.
You're rocking with the best. You're rocking with the best.
But my lawyer filed an Anders brief saying you have no meritorious grounds for an appeal. So in that aspect, I do agree with the sovereign citizens in this aspect. Sometimes it ain't good to have a lawyer because they'll send you a sometime, not saying all the time, but I do agree with a little bit of that. And no, this 2016. So how long you really think I've been doing legal work? It's 2016, almost 10 years ago. So how long you really think I've been doing this legal work? Once I connected understanding everything about financing, understanding the ins and outs, being counseled by an ex-SEC attorney, the professionals I consult with, the professional documents we drop in the group, all the regulations, all the advanced securities, accounting laws, securitized, all from a corporate standpoint, not from what we think it is. Once I capture that, you know what I said? I'm going to take all that, which is like administrative stuff, and I'm going to merge it with court. Now I merge administrative claims built into the lawsuit. God.
Oh. You're rocking with the best.
Most professionals, accountants, CPAs, they don't know securities. Most top securities lawyers, they don't know accounting. I said, I'm going to learn them both. And this is one of the biggest difference. Most people, look at highlighted. You see, most people, I don't give a damn how much you've been studying. I don't give a damn how much your guru's been showing you compliance and regulations. None of that shit matters if you don't know how to enforce it in court. Some may slip through the cracks to get some administrative wins. Not everyone. 90% of the times, they're going to make you take their ass to court. 90% of the times, they're going to make you take their ass to court. 90% of the times, they're going to see if you know how to go all the way with it. And this is where even everyone that says, nobody doing this shit we doing, nobody, they all say that. But you notice that none of them ever has a professional in that field, like of compliance of what they're talking about. Nobody in the, like me. Okay, I don't give a damn how much I know. I know that linking up with professionals in that field gives me a better insight on the interpretation.
Y'all think the interpretation is always going to be based on what the teacher says. The interpretation comes from taking what the teacher says and then cross-reference it through multiple topics, cross-reference through case law, cross-reference through this, cross-reference to this, cross-reference to this. But the problem is, once they start to take the case route with their claims, they'll realize fast, the judge doesn't interpret this the way I do. Hold on. My claim really doesn't have the strength as I think it does. There's no other way to test the sufficiency of your claim than court. And to be honest with you, when it comes to administrative, the only time they actually acquiesce outside of court is when you prove to them that not only can you enforce this in court, you can win in court. It's all going to come back to court. Can you win this argument in court? How does this look when I'm standing in front of a judge? How does it really look? How is it going to play out?
I pretty much handicapped the judge and not giving them a judgment right at the beginning because they wanted a judgment. But what I did with the motion to dismiss, I laid the trap and then I came back with the response that pretty much handicapped the judge. Now it's our turn. Now we're about to move for summary judgment. And this is going to be another victory. New culture.
According to your conversation with your friend, the attorney, what we go over in group is right in line with the legal standards and the professionalism on how it has to look and what you need to know when you attack these people.
The words that he used was, "You're going about it standard operating procedures."
The new culture empire, where we set standards, raise the bar, and executing greatness right in front of the low-hanging fruit. Poverty mindset's face. Thomas' legacy as Pro C is on legendary status. And if you ain't know, it's the new culture empire. Is on legend's face. Thomas' legacy and executing greatness right in front of the low-hanging fruit. Poverty mindset's.
We came a long way. Me, my brother, that's when he just came home from 15. We came a long way. Boy, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, we were savages out here. They go Tony and Lamont. Oh, watch out. They go Tony and Lamont. I did 8. He did 15. And that's Mon Dukes.
Face. Thomas' legacy as Pro.
That's my dad too. Step Pops. It's my dad. Good man there. Y'all, him and Troy be talking all the time too. Troy be talking to Mon Dukes and all the family. Yeah. See, I don't gotta hide. Right. Y'all done seen my mom come on here and give her testimony. Because before it was me, for y'all, I was doing all this shit for my mom. Before y'all, it was my mom. I got my mom together while I was in federal prison and continued when she came home. I was the reason why she was able to be a school teacher. She tell the story. My story's live on YouTube. She was my first client. So I want to hear all this shit everybody got to say, man. Court receipts. Y'all don't see, they don't know how court is. You win court in stages. It's stages, y'all. Every little victory. This was a victory for my client at this stage. That's a victory. The trajectory is this way now. But we're going to talk about, remember this? Welcome, fellow financial adventurers, to a journey into the heart of the banking world, where fortunes are made, secrets are unveiled, and power is wielded. In this electrifying webinar, we'll delve deep into the inner workings of banking, uncovering the hidden truths and strategies that separate the masters from the novices. Get ready to unlock the vault of banking knowledge and merge as a financial titan. Banking landscape. Understanding the banking system. We'll kick things off by dissecting the intricate web of the banking system, from central banks to commercial banks and everything in between. Get ready to explore the key players, their roles, and the power dynamics that shape the financial world. The money creation process. Ever wonder how money is created out of thin air? We'll reveal the secrets behind the money creation process, exploring fractional reserve banking, central bank policies, and the impact on the economy. Part 2, banking strategies, maximizing deposits. Learn the insider tips and tricks for maximizing your deposits. Discover the power of deposit insurance and how it protects your funds, ensuring that your money is a safe, secure, and even in times of financial turmoil. The problem with this class, hosted to yours truly by NWEDU. The problem with this class is this same class was taught like by 7 different teachers all around this time. Yeah, Thomas. Yeah. That's when he just came doing 15 back in June. Yes, sir. Y'all give me some. He did 15, I did 8. Hold on, y'all. And you see my court. I didn't go to the feds for anything like this. I learned all this while I was in the feds. I started learning all this. Yes, I was with Bernie Madoff. I spent 2 weeks with him. We was in transit together. I spent 2 weeks with Bernie Madoff. And yes, he was teaching financial classes while he was there. Interest credits in the double-sided ledger. They actually got a professional term for that, but it's not what many people think. Do you know that it's an account holder? You have the right to interest credits on both sides of the ledger. See, that right there don't make sense, because if it's both sides of the ledger, then you know what? I'm saying too much. Telegram group is down at the bottom. We'll uncover this little known secret of banking and show you how to leverage it to your advantage. Learn how to ensure that, hold on. I think, where's it at? Learn how to ensure that, whatever. Part 3, wealth building techniques, investment strategies. Get ready to explore a range of investment strategies from stocks and bonds to real estate and beyond. Whether you're a seasoned investor, or just starting out, we'll equip you with tools and knowledge to build wealth and achieve financial freedom. And this is around the time when I would say me and Wes were cordial. He invited me to the overview. I was listening. I didn't say a word. I was just, I already saw errors when he was talking, but I was like, because I wasn't paying to be in no damn class, but I would never. But I was like, in the back of my mind, I was like, I wonder how this is going to play out. And this is the time where everybody started leaving and getting mad because they thought they was made. It's either they thought they was going to be able to access some free money by learning some tricks, or what they thought they was getting. Maybe they thought what they heard, what they wanted to hear. Because there's no way you're walking in the bank and just submitting this. As a matter of fact, you don't even get access to the $250,000 unless the bank goes under, unless the bank becomes insolvent, unless there's a run on the banks, unless some shit behind there. And if you had $1 million and the bank goes over, the bank fails, they're going to give you $250,000 cash per each account. And if you add more than that, you're going to get fucking treasury bonds and securities for the rest. It ain't no, you're going to lose it all if it ain't. Only $250,000 is insured. But you would know this if you dig deep into the banking system. Asset protecting. Protecting your assets is crucial in today's unpredictable world. I agree. We'll reveal the top strategies for asset protection, including trust,
insurance, and legal structures to safeguard your wealth for generations to come. A legal structure is something that the top professionals of the world know how to do. So if I'm telling people how to structure the stuff legal structure for like a corporation, I'm not giving you my interpretation of the law. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna follow the blueprints of all the successful corporations, and then I'm gonna do my research on that, do my research, see the tax implications, and then I'll bring it. Listen, this, even what I'm reading now, y'all, this ain't no average day layman's term person can just understand fast. There are professionals that are in this field. So, like I said, if I'm partaking in the most complex financial transactions, I am going to link up with somebody from that world or try my best to. Because there's some inside information and knowledge that I know nobody else out here has outside the Supreme Elite Team group. And it's not because they're not worthy. It's not because they do the research. It's because they never worked on the inside to know. See, a lot of things are internal stuff. You got to know how shit goes internally. And the only way you're going to know how things go internally is when you know someone that used to work on it. This person used to work for them for 27 effing years. So there's a lot of stuff that's not going to be in the rule books that you need to know. That's just the game. That's how the game goes. That's the game. Don't complain about, oh, just show me what they tell it. No. Would you tell them how to beat you? Legal creation of negotiable instruments.
We're about to take it back.
I was waiting on it. Legal creation of negotiable instruments. You cannot create a negotiable instrument unless the negotiable instrument is backed by an account at a financial institution. It doesn't matter if you feel like this, or feel like, unless that instrument is backed by an account that can be withdrawn, converted into cash, like a real check written on your real account, or a money order that you purchase with real cash. The only negotiable instrument that you can actually create that they'll recognize is a promissory note that they draw up that you sign evidence it. Money, this is another thing where I think this is a false, a misleading statement. You can create a negotiable instrument all you want, but the financial institutions are the ones who convert it into cash. You can't, y'all tried that before. A lot of y'all drew up your own promissory notes and try to get it deposited. Try to take your bill of exchange to the bank to deposit it. It's never going to work. When they mean negotiable instruments, it's your checking, savings account, Roth account, IRA account, Fidelity account, in which you can withdraw from. That's it. All this extra secret stuff, trying to create money out the thin air, no. Understanding the exact details for assigning value to these instruments and how to securitize them effectively. Value, never mind. How-to guide, opening and managing accounts. Learn the step-by-step process for opening and managing bank accounts like a pro. From choosing the right type of account to understanding these fees and features will guide you through every aspect of account management. Beyond deposits, the untapped power of your bank ledger. Have you ever wondered why there's more to your bank account than meets the eye? What if I told you there's a hidden wellspring of potential credits lurking on the other side of your deposit, just waiting to be unlocked? This isn't just some financial fairy tale. It's about understanding the true nature of your bank ledger, and a powerful tool often I don't know where the rest, but get ready to revolutionize your future and master the art of banking like never before. With the knowledge and strategies gained from this webinar, you'll be equipped to navigate the complexities of the banking world with confidence and seize opportunities for wealth creation and financial freedom. Don't miss out on this thrilling adventure in the heart of banking. FDIC, sleeping giant in your bank account. Unleash its hidden power. Have ever felt like the banking system is a labyrinth of FDIC insurance and vague promise whispered in the shadows? It's time to rip away the veil. This explosive webinar will crack the code on FDIC protection, transforming it to a passive safeguard to an active weapon in your financial arsenal. I swear to God, Pastor Freedom was teaching the same stuff, and that same girl Stephanie was teaching the same thing, and the other dude was teaching this. It was like 5 of them teaching this at the same time. Now, teaching is not the problem, but I was thinking, what are the odds that you got 5 different teachers teaching the same thing at the same time? I definitely will consider it. And y'all stay tuned. Tomorrow we got a new episode dropping on TikTok, exclusively on TikTok. Are you afraid of the dark? You got to go on TikTok to watch it. It's exclusive episodes that is becoming very popular in the TikTok world. We're here to sound the alarm. The FDIC is more than just a deposit protector. It's a wellspring of opportunity waiting to be tapped. But most people are lured into complacency, unaware of the hidden power at their fingertips. Here's the shocking truth. Many misunderstand the critical distinction between depositor and holder on an account. This seemingly mirrors details can cripple your access to FDIC funds in a time of need. I didn't even post a video when I called the FDIC, and they was like, "Sir, what the? Absolutely not." I didn't, because it was no point. But fear not, we'll unveil the secrets to identifying and correcting this crucial oversight, ensuring you have the complete control over your financial safety net. Decisions about emergencies will shatter the myth that FDIC rules are solely for bank failures. This webinar will empower you to claim your rightful advantage and leverage FDIC insurance for a multitude of purposes. So I don't know what they probably thought when they was taking it, but if you just take it on its face, it sounds like some quick shit to get free money. It sounds like another class that promises free money. So I didn't want to get into all the regulations because I didn't want, So I dropped this in the chat GPT. I mean, I was being lazy. I mean, I can do what's being said, this what the regulations say, but it's a waste of my time. I got other important shit to do. So I just dropped it in chat GPT, just the document titled Mastering Banking Secrets contains several conceptual and factual errors that could mislead readers about the banking system, money creation, and FDIC insurance actually functions. Here's a breakdown of the key issues. Now, I'm not here to say that that class wasn't a success or not, because I wasn't there. Only the people who took the class could tell you that. But from what I heard from all the other students, from the other 4 teachers I was teaching it, that many left embarrassed. The banks didn't know what they was talking about, never got responded to. Most people were mad because they spent their last $1,500 to get in the class. No one got a refund. I don't know if that was the case with them, but claim credits can be generated on your behalf, potentially increasing your returns. Error. Banks do not create additional credits for depositors on the opposite side of the ledger. That's a vague term, opposite side of the ledger. A bank ledger records liabilities and assets. Liabilities, your deposits, and assets, the bank's loans. Depositors cannot claim or generate credits on the asset side. Those belong to the bank. That was my exact thought too. This framing incorrectly implies that depositors can directly profit from internal balance sheet entries, which is false and could be construed as a financial myth, often used in sovereign banking or private money creation circles. This is not me. And another one that I know that I was teaching in the same class around the same time was Jonah Bay. Because I sent King V Jonah Bay video. I said, uh-oh, he teaching the same thing y'all teaching. The exact same thing. I sent it to him. I don't have no real issue with King V. I ain't even got no issue with Midwest. It's a waste of my time. Like, we on two different sides of the planets. For real. We on two different sides of the planets. They doing their things over there. We doing our things, Supreme Elite team. But his minions in the chat mentioned my name, so I pulled the fuck up. I ain't running. I ain't scared. I ain't ducking. I ain't embarrassed. See, what the fuck am I being embarrassed for? Half the people talking shit ain't got nowhere near what I've accomplished in the 5 years since I've been home for the feds. And they've been out here the whole time. Ain't accomplished not even 30% of what I accomplished. Fuck, I'm gonna be got me fucked up. Incorrect explanation of money creation. Ever wonder how money is created out of thin air? We'll reveal the secrets behind fractional reserve banking. Fractional reserve banking no longer works the way this suggests. Since 2020, the U.S. Federal Reserve eliminated reserve requirements, which is Regulation D amendment, meaning banks do not hold a fixed fraction of deposits as reserves. Money creation today occurs primarily through lending, like I told y'all in my group. But deposits do not multiply through fractional reserves as described in older textbooks. The claim oversimplifies and misrepresents modern central banking operations. And this is why I always say proper interpretation or context.
You're rocking with the best.
I told you. This is why I say these things. You may think you're reading something that's golden, but that shit is a brick. Misleading interpretation of FDIC insurance. FDIC funds can be claimed beyond just protecting against bank failures. FDIC insurance can become your financial Excalibur, whatever. Error. FDIC coverage only applies when an FDIC insured financial institution fails. It does not create a personal investment fund, nor can insured depositors claim FDIC funds for personal liquidity, investments, or debt relief. FDIC funds are not individually accessible assets. They are part of a government-backed insurance pool meant solely for deposit reimbursement in the event of insolvency. This has been a long-standing rule of the FDIC. I'm not saying maybe the students learned some new silent trick, but the only way is their results. And not one student put King V and them to the side. The other ones that was teaching it, the other teachers, not one of them ever came back. That's it. Confusion between deposit and holder. Claim. Many misunderstand the critical distinction between depositor and holder. This can cripple your access to FDIC funds. There is no such holder versus depositor distinction under FDIC regulations, and they cite 12 CFR 330. Maybe it was a misinterpretation of the, I told you, interpretation of what you read is very key. You think you may have it down packed, but that shit can be all misunderstood. The depositor is the insured party of record. As long as deposits are covered within coverage limits, as long as deposits are within coverage limits and properly titled, e.g., individual, joint, trust, access is not affected by holder terminology. This claim invents distinction that does not exist in law or regulation. Unsupported legal claim about negotiable instruments. And remember, when I say your claims has to be supported in law and fact. So let's say I wanted to sue my bank because of the regulations I cited, and I go file a suit. Do you know, based on this right here, the judge would be like, you're misinterpreting the regulations. No, the regulations don't mean that. And the judge is going to give you a master class of what the bank system is really about. And then they're going to say, well, since you misinterpreted, You have not stated a claim. Summary judgment. Learn the legal way to create negotiable instruments to give them value, securitize them effectively. While individuals can issue negotiable instruments such as checks, promissory notes in the context of writing it on your own account, only regulated entities can securitize them under federal and state securities laws. Teaching individuals to create value via private instruments and financial gain risk violating securities and banking laws. The description ignores Article 3, 8, and 9 distinctions in SEC registration requirements. Don't quote me on it, but I don't know. This is just what was being offered. This was the overview. Exaggerated insider secrets framing. Throughout the text, claims such as unlock hidden credits, generate wealth through your bank ledger, claim FDIC funds strategically, imply hidden exploitable mechanisms within the banking system. Error. There are no hidden credits or unclaimed balances available through regular deposit accounts. This type of phrasing parallels redemptionist or sovereign money rhetoric that mistakes legitimate financial and accounting principles. Number 7, lack of legal or regulatory citations. What do I always tell people? Where's your source? Where's your citations? And how do you know you're citing them correctly? The entire material lacks references to Federal Reserve regulations, FDIC regulations, Uniform Commercial Code provisions relevant to negotiable instruments, SEC or FINRA rules concerning securitization and investment products. Without these, the document reads more as promotional marketing than educational content. I swear to God, I'm not making this up. This is exactly all I said was here. Analyze this.
You're rocking with the best.
That's all I said, y'all. Topic: money creation. Correct understanding. Occurs via bank lending, deposits or liabilities, not credit opportunity. Double-sided ledger. Reflects accounting balances between assets and liability, not a dual credit system for customers. FDIC funds. Payable only after bank failure, not a source of individual claims or investments. And that is the part where a lot of people spread it across these spaces took the class because the only thing they saw was there's some secret money that I can unlock anytime to pay my bills. Negotiable instruments governed by UCC and securities law. Individuals cannot securitize their own notes for gain. Wow.
You're rocking with the best.
Y'all remember when I had it in my class? Remember in the Supreme Elite team when I was going over the structures? And once we get the bowls, the bowls, and then we bam, send it there. Then bam. Remember, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. This is what I mean, y'all. Banking strategy. Legitimate wealth building involves regulated investments, not exploiting supposed hidden credits. No. Just give your give your final thought. Similar claims and what the courts and other regulators said when customers try to assert similar claims. I'm just trying to be as objective as possible. I'm not trying to make it stir. I'm not trying to stir it in the wrong direction. Final thoughts on mastering banking secrets and similar claims. The content in the Mastering Banking Secrets overview promotes a set of ideas that are misleading, legally unfounded, and have repeatedly been rejected by U.S. courts and regulatory agencies. And judged by the response of all the students who took the class, I kind of believe in this context, ChatGPT is right. I know ChatGPT can be on some, and I don't really get that far into it. It's just on the face of it. These types of claims typically fall into categories as redemption theory, sovereign banking, or private money creation. And that's why I sent King V a copy of that video that Jonah Bey made, because I'm like, hold on, yeah. If Jonah Bey, he's solving out. If he's saying kind of the similar things that's in your overview, I was like, oh, man. Private money creation movements that falsely assert individuals can access hidden accounts, create money through ledger entries, or reclaim funds for institutions like the FDIC. Similar claims made by others and legal outcomes. Straw man account or secret bank claim or secret bank account claims. Individuals can access a secret account tied to their social security number or name via routing numbers, ledger tricks, or FDIC claims. Reality. Courts have unanimously ruled these claims are baseless. Case cited, United States versus James. The court referred to those theories as gibberish and common tax protester schemes that have been universally rejected. Regulatory warnings. The Federal Reserve, IRS, FBI, FTC have all issued warnings about schemes involving so-called private bank accounts or redemption of funds via secret methods. Misuse of the UCC. Claim, by manipulating negotiable instruments, i.e. writing drafts of bonds, individuals can pay off debt or generate wealth. Reality. Courts have rejected this tactic as fraudulent. United States versus Anderson, 6th Circuit, 2003. The use of fictitious obligations as bogus financial instruments is a crime under 18 U.S.C. 514, false obligations. UCC misinterpretations. The UCC is a framework for commercial transactions, not a source of personal financial rights to create money or extinguish debt by fiat. Number 3, FDIC access or claim beyond coverage. Claim, depositors can access FDIC funds without a bank failure or as part of a financial strategy. Reality, FDIC insurance only applies when a member bank fails. Key legal regulatory positions. FDIC insurance is not an account. It is not a fund individuals can tap. There are no strategies to claim FDIC money except in liquidation events. Source, FDIC statement on deposit insurance coverage. The insurance covers deposits up to the legal limits only after a bank has failed. So this is the thing where I tell people, if you're going to follow the regulations, you have to follow the regulations, what they say, regardless if they contradict what you believe. So when they talk about we learn to be compliant, none of what was in this overview spells compliance. None of what was in this overview spells compliance. And these are all the similar things. So basically it said this overview sounds similar to these things. Accepted for value redemption schemes. Claim, individuals can accept debts or bills for value and charge them using treasury accounts or secret funds. Realities, courts view this as pseudo-legal nonsense. Key case, Bryant versus Washington Mutual Bank. We went over that one. The court dismissed these theories as delusional and warned against filing frivolous instruments. Regulatory warnings. FBI has investigated and prosecuted many who promote or follow these theories. FTC warns consumers not to believe anyone claiming you can pay off your bills with your social security number. IRS classifies these schemes as fraudulent tax evasion and financial scams. The OCC, Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, reiterate that only licensed institutions can create money through lending. Individuals cannot. So every single one of you talk about, oh, it's private, create my private instruments, private negotiable instruments. Private negotiable instruments. Doesn't work. Bottom line, the claims made in the Master Banking Secrets material mirror widely debunked financial conspiracy theories that have no basis in law, accounting, or banking regulations. When individuals attempt to act on these beliefs, whether by submitting fictitious statements, asserting access to FDIC or treasury accounts, claiming the right to self-generated wealth through banking documents, they often face legal penalties, fines, or criminal charges. That is pretty much, that's, hey, listen here, man. I didn't type it up. I was just there in the back when they had the overview, and I was just listening. I was not in no class. I did not want to take no class. The only class I take from is when a professional, SEC professional, is teaching. Top professional in that word. Those are the only ones I'm listening to. You think I'm gonna listen to another person because this is what happens. This is what happens when you continue to listen to listen just to what people say. This is what happens. This is what happens. It leads to a lot of misinterpretations. You may think you got it down pat, but in reality, it always ends up where the students pay for it and nothing ever comes from it. And we're about to get into the final thing before I go, but before we do that, I want to drop one of my documents into ChatGPT and just ask it, hey, give me your thoughts. Just analyze it. So I'm going to do my case. And I'm going to type without going into the arguments I cited. Can you judge the validity of the face of the complaint and rank it amongst, I can't rank it amongst anybody in this space, top litigators in the United States. Nah, let's go in the world. All right, so it spit it out, and I don't know why. I don't know why it's citing. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know why it's citing all the cases I cited. Look, it says not only I reviewed the complaint for motion for focus only on the facial validity structure. Here's a rank against standards used by elite and federal practitioners. Grade, exceptionally strong for pro se filing. Gave me a 4.5. And it goes in, but it's citing all the stuff we go over in the group. So look, hold on. See that? Oh. Exceptionally strong for pro se. I don't want it to go into, because it's going over all the stuff. It's going over. It's going over everything we talk about in the group. Literally, it's going over everything in my document is what we go over in the group. I can't have. Let me take. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Why is it doing that? Okay. Just give me a I don't know why it's going over all this. We talking about. Give me a professional grade based solely on other professionals in the world without citing any accounting, case law, SEC, or any of that. Just a professional grade based off other professionals in the world. That's all I need. I don't need you getting to I don't need you to break everything down. And this, and actually, y'all, that was actually not the finished one. That was like a draft one. I actually did the wrong one, but that's cool. Okay. So let me share this. Let me share this. Shit. I don't know why. You're going to have people that are like, oh, let me write this down. Hell not. Because everybody talking about, oh, ain't nobody doing what we doing. That's a goddamn lie. That's a goddamn lie. That's a I know for a fact that everybody's not doing. You want to know why? Because a lot of stuff that we know comes straight from the top professionals who's been in that field damn near 30 years. So I know y'all don't know a lot of inside shit we know, because I wouldn't have known it. Oh, anybody? No, there's no way you could be doing what we doing. We got real professionals on that team. Like real ones in real life, who I have my partner talk to his professional buddies. They read my briefs and stuff. So no, y'all, it's impossible. Yeah, but ain't nobody else doing it. It's impossible because the rules to win are already set. The regulations are set. The top professionals in the world that win, they follow the same regulations I'm following. They follow the same court. They got the same understanding and strategy of court that we do. So ain't no secret way. What I'm saying is nobody knows because their mindsets, they're not that deep into financing. They all think it's some simplified secret way because they really don't want to take the time to figure out, because you're going to find out it's highly complex. It's speaking a whole bunch of terms that you never heard of before in your life. And the words that they use, you're not going to even understand what they mean. That's what I mean. Not about no secret stuff. The level I teach on, nobody else is teaching unless you are professional. The professional documents that I have in my group, nobody else, I guarantee you they're not. That, I'll put $1,000 on that. Graded purely on professional writing, structure, clarity, tone, and command of argumentation. Without reading the specific accounting, legal, regulatory subject matter, your complaint will receive. And remember, this is like the draft. 9.4 out of 10. Come on, man. You could have gave me higher than that. Breakdown by global professional standards. Organization and flow. 9.5 out of 10. Exceptionally well structured, logically sequenced, and coherent from introduction through relief. Clarity and writing precision. 9.2. Dense but deliberate. Clear purpose and direction in every section. Persuasive force, 9.6 out of 10. Remember, this is not the final one I filed in court. I don't know why I did this one. I should have did the this is just this is the one I completed, but I went back and redrafted and edited. I didn't put the edited, and when I moved things around and tightened it up before I sent it. This is kind of my first edit. I go over like 3 stages of edit. I edit first, and I go back, edit again. I sit on it for a couple of days, read it again, then I go back and edit for the final time, and that's it. Persuasive force, 9.6 out of 10. Strong voice, confident tone, in persuasive rhythm comparable to top-tier advocacy writing, professional presentation, 9.3 out of 10, clear formatting, polished syntax, and consistent formal style, strategic framing. Read as though authored by an experienced litigator or senior professional with advanced command of technical material. At the purely professional level, judged as writing and reasoning craftsmanship, it stands at a standard consistent with elite global practitioners in law, consulting, or policy drafting. It's highly polished, intellectually disciplined, and will be immediately respected by senior professionals anywhere in the world.
You're rocking with the best.
So when y'all say nobody else is doing that, is that what y'all mean with y'all gurus? Is that what y'all mean? Is that what y'all trying to say? Is that what y'all mean? Let me know. Let me know if that's what you mean. Is that what you mean? Let me know if that's what you mean. Please let me know. Because I highly doubt that anyone in this space, anyone, not professionals, I highly doubt that anyone in this space, I highly doubt that anyone in this space comes remotely close outside of people in my Supreme Elite Team group. That's what I'm talking about. When I say me, I see it, us. I highly doubt that anyone in this space comes remotely close to filing any type of lawsuit on any level, on that type of professional level that we do in the Supreme Elite Team group. I highly doubt it. Actually, I'm going to venture out further. Outside of a legal top litigator, I don't think any other teacher in this space could put a lawsuit together in the professional tone that is going to be respected by top litigators in the world. But me. But the Supreme Elite Team. I don't believe it at all. I don't believe they can at all. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't believe they can at all. And I think they know that. I think they know that. I really think they know that. And this is why everybody goes to, what do they go to? Administrative. So I'm finding something for you. I'm going to show you something. I guarantee you that none of them can do it. And let me pull it up for you. I am going to pull it up for you. Okay. I'm going to pull it up for you. Let's see. Don't worry, because we got the last thing to get to. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about, because I know they're going to say, oh, that's Chat GPT. Okay. If that's Chat GPT, then how about we go by exactly what the lawyer said then? How about we go by exactly what the lawyer said then. Let's go by what the lawyer said. Let's go by exactly what the lawyer said. If I can find it. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it. I think it's right here. I think it's here. No, where's it at? Yeah, I'm trying to find it. Oh, I think I know where it is. I'm gonna find it. You best believe I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. And while I find it, because I want y'all to see that, I think this is very important. Hey, baby girl. Come here, give me a hug and a kick. Hey, fat. You being good? Was you being bad at school today? You was? What did you do? What did you do? Let's find this. Let me go over. Let me.
We are here with the upcoming webinar covering financing, accounting, IRS, and lawsuits. This groundbreaking webinar will take place August 20th through the 21st, 2025, reviewing publications from the top professionals around the world. You are going to improve your litigation. Founder of the Supreme Elite Team. We will be covering financing and IRS refunds. And the main topic will be securitization structure and our positions in it, and accounting treatment for our financial assets and the IRS's regulation of them. And the recovery of our payments will be all suits and the infamous finance charge in our mortgage and auto contract with case law confirmations. You are going to know more and learn the substance of the transactions. So come join us. If you are interested, you need to send an email to thomaslegacy@603@gmail.com.
Go over in group is right in line.
603.
Hold on. Which I didn't.
So come join us. If you are interested, you need to send it.
Look at all that. Look at all that shit we go over. Look at all that shit. My group, even with the securitization transactions and the tax returns, y'all see how we breaking it down from the IRS standpoint? Y'all see how we breaking it down, and you read it, we cross references, it ain't even no, well, maybe I'm interpreting wrong. Yeah, I saw it. And these people really be thinking, they doing something nobody else.
We had two student loans, and not just the student loans, and the insurance regarding student loans. Two different student loans that I think one was for 20-something thousand, one was for 30-something thousand. Wiped out because of they let it go. When I mean let it go, so when you have equity, that means this. I owe you, but you owe me. Let me take a piece out of.
But Thomas Legacy, you're wrong. They never think they owe them. They never look at it from anywhere from the time of the transaction that they owe. That's why they'll never get it.
And then the rest goes back to you. That is.
We are here with the upcoming webinar on the 21st, 2025.
And y'all, that wasn't what I was talking about. That was not what I was talking about. Hold on, give me a second. I have it. That wasn't what he was talking about. Where's it at? Damn, y'all. That's crazy. That's not what he was talking about. But maybe it ain't meant for y'all to see it today. But we're going to get it. We're going to get to it. Theory. It just two things are going to happen. You're going to be like, damn, there's a whole other side of this stuff that didn't even exist. Actually, y'all need to see this. Y'all need to see this. That means this. I'm trying to figure out why I can't find it. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't understand why. I got so many. I got so many, y'all. I swear to God. I don't know why it's like this, but good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Back with another video this morning, and I was strolling through these social media streets, and I saw somebody talking about the modern money mechanics. What do you know? So brand new, so groundbreaking. These people really do their research.
It's so same old world out there, look.
The modern money mechanic. You're talking about a 37-year-old publishing put out by the Federal Reserve. Banks don't operate like that today.
What? I do not understand.
See, what these gurus don't know is that the banks have created a silent banking system inside the traditional banking system. No, Lamont, that sounds the same thing what you were saying about them and King Lee. No, because there's a professional term for it. It's actually real. It's a professional term. It's a real professional term, even though it exists. Because they're never studying from the professional corporate level. They're not studying how they operate. They're taking their imposing that on the people like this is what it is.
I just realized that everybody's crazy. So I just gotta stay away from the crazy folks.
The mere fact that anyone is still talking about modern money. I got it. I found it, y'all. I found it. Ooh. Wait for it to airdrop. I actually found it. And we about to get to it right. As soon as I can clear this from my studio, we're going to get to it right here. Here we go. If you have not signed up. But here's the thing, though, y'all. Here's the thing. So, when I was over there in this chat earlier, the only thing that kept breaking up, hey, you get your credit fixed. But then I come live. I come with investment, property information, showed y'all bank receipts, showed y'all court cases, showed y'all stuff I'm doing for my clients in real time. I show all that. And do you notice that even with their mindset, you notice that they've never said, you don't know about court, you don't know about law, you don't know about accounting, you don't know about that, you ain't doing that. They're still on claims and assignments. No shade to them. claims and assignments. That's all still fucking administrative. At this point, if we've been around these spaces for so long, why keep trying new ways to submit the same old arguments? Because all of this is being addressed in a new way. Why not just say, you know what? I'm tired of going back and forth with y'all people. If you owe me, I'm gonna give you one opportunity. Let's go to court. They think all I do or talk about is taxes. Tax, that's not the end all be all. It's not the only thing I do. I do federal suits, state suits. I do forensic audits on my own. You want to know why I can do it on my own? Because I know how to read the balance sheet. I know how to break down and interpret the words that they use for accounting for these items. I know how to find the hidden finance charge and not just say it's hidden finance. I know how to break down, show from an accounting standpoint, because that's your only proof that you can show, not from your 15 USC stuff that y'all like to misquote. I can show straight up from an accounting standpoint that it says this on the TILA disclosures. And this is something else that they'll try to steal from me. And I know that these teachers don't know because it's right in front of everybody's face, but they don't ever bring it up to their students besides me. They'll look at the TILA disclosures, and they don't know what to look beyond that. They don't know what to look beyond that. See, with the Supreme Elite Team group, not only once I get your TILA disclosure, I'm going to investigate your company, research your company, and then I'm going to show you, as any customer or client, it says that you're paying this for finance charge. But if you notice, it never shows everything that you paying. So when you get your report from me, I'm going to show you from an accountant's standpoint on how what they disclose to you on the contract is never what you're actually paying. And I'm actually going to show you exactly what you're really paying that consists of a finance charge, but wasn't disclosed on TILA. Yeah, your contract say it is finance charge, but I'm going to show you every item, every amount, every line, and how they book it on their balance sheets. Now you see why we ain't scared to go to court? See, that's factual evidence. But they don't know because they don't know this stuff on a highly advanced level. They all say, oh, ain't nobody doing what they don't even, what I know, they don't even know exists. I'm just going to be straight up. Very few people know what I talk about even exists because it's right there in front of your face. One contract, you could look at your contract and see this. I look at your contract and have a plethora of claims just looking at the plain language of it, because what's on your contract is never what it really means. You trying to put in claims based on your contract, you're going to lose. For this groundbreaking webinar, you still have an opportunity to... Oh, this webinar, I think it's from August. Signed up. Watch for updates and check the community tab on YouTube and check the posts and stories on TikTok at thomas.legacy5 for registration requirements. Tune in now for the sneak peek of the Supreme Elite Team. Troy, before I continue.
Yes.
Is any part of
I'm gonna beat it, but
the letter that you sent and all that, does that have to do even a morsel of what we go over in class?
Absolutely. It's got all of the core principles that you've taught.
Oh.
I attack them in their private capacity as a private phone thing.
This is another professional in my group. Yes, he is a licensed Series 7 securities broker that has connections to top elite attorneys in the world in this United States. And he's a certified licensed day trader. So when y'all be talking about getting a Telegram group, he's a professional. He came to my group to help him with the accounting and understand IRS law and regulations. but he's a professional. And his friend is the ex-SEC attorney. You see how professionals link up? And I don't necessarily have to be a professional. I just have to be respected. My knowledge has to be, and understanding has to be respected on their level. Do you think this professional or anybody else in my group that has this up here will be following all these assign this and claim? So I told you, they never have any type of professionals or any professional people that they could reach out to. It's all based on what they think it is, what they say. They never have nobody outside their group who doesn't know them, who's not connected to them, confirming them on that level. So don't be surprised when you see that pretrial order. Don't be surprised when they didn't get the judgment after attaching the complaint, after attaching the debt, after me filing a motion to dismiss in the beginning, after the judge denying it, after me filing a response, doubling it down on the same argument that I made in the motion to dismiss, and the judge still didn't give them the judgment, ordered the pretrial, which preserved my right for summary judgment at this stage. Don't act so surprised then.
You're rocking with the best.
When it comes to understanding, when it comes to attack, when it comes to lawsuits, when it comes to accounting, when it comes to securitization, when it comes to securities law, when it comes to historic tax law, when it comes to the in-betweens, the professional, strategic, all the in-betweens, all the nuances, all the intangibles, the new culture empire is the standard. Because once you come to my group, you'll realize how much, oh my gosh, I wasn't getting taught nothing. I am the standard. Let's not get that twisted. I am the standard. Unless you are a professional that's been in that field 15, 20 years, that is the goddamn standard. I am the standard. I'm the standard. So all you teachers, y'all need to step it up on a professional corporate level, because if you don't know it on their level, you have no goddamn chance of winning. They're going to steamroll right over top of you. And I want you to go, 1-1. Show your judgment. Hell, don't even show a judgment. Show that you can get past the initial stage. Remember, they filed the suit. They attached the debt. You respond. They move for summary judgment. They win. That's all you see in these spaces. Show that you can get past the very first stage in the litigation. That's the hardest. Show that you can get past it, because it seems like I'm the only one that ever does. I'm the only one that shows.
And I followed it through, and I showed things. My tacticals that you've taught.
Even a morsel in you is any part of the letter that you sent and all that. Does that have to do even a morsel of what we go over in class?
Absolutely. It's got all of the core principles that you've taught. I attack them in their private capacity as a private phone thing. And I followed it through, and I showed them the amount that where my loan package is in, and that it was 180 something million. I showed them that I put some bullet points together, showing them how it was not how when it went through that it violated all principles according to and that it was just after the point that I signed the contract. Okay. And so they violated the contract and not having I did it all, yes.
Yep. So, you get what I'm saying? And he knows way more than y'all gurus right now. He know more than y'all teachers right now. He knows more than y'all right now.
based on everything. See, this and this way. No, this is from his student loans. They got so scared they sent him that shit back. They sent the money he paid back. So when y'all keep talking about, oh, my students getting results, my students getting results. Well, you got it right here from in the group. Not just him, as you can see, my client from the you can see my client from the court case. That's another one. And I got a whole lot more that all is in the works, in the making. All in the making right now. We got all right now. So when people keep talking about, oh, I stood in there, I showed this, I showed transcripts. Didn't y'all tell me transcripts don't mean nothing? Ain't that what y'all told me? Show the chat, show the results. But y'all guru got up on stage today and said, I showed the transcript. And when I told y'all in the chat, hold on, y'all, didn't y'all say the same? Didn't y'all say the same thing to me? Show the chat. Why didn't you make your guru show the chat? Huh? Why didn't you make your guru show the chat? Why didn't you make your guru show the chat? He said he showed the transcript. Why didn't you make your guru show the chat? He ain't show no chat. That's why when I said it in his chat, y'all was quiet. Y'all ain't say nothing because y'all knew I was right. Damn, we ain't see that check either. Then you want to talk about credit score. I done sit there and I show my bank statements, show my investment property, real estate. I put it down there. Real estate documents. I showed you at my investment property. I showed you the pictures. Showed you in the hot tub. I showed you. Need to show you again. Contract. Real estate documents. Showed you my investment. I got assets. Showed you when I say I got investment property, I showed you. Showed you my vehicle, showed you my whip, showed you my monthly income for 3 years back. Like what? What? You still want to talk about the credit score? Well, if my credit score is so fucked up, why the fuck I got more than you? Charles, Mary, why the fuck I got more than you? Because when I started bringing my receipts out in the chat, talking about telling you what I got and said it's already posted. This ain't nothing new. Why y'all always remain silent? Can't figure it out, can you? Y'all know y'all sitting in these groups. It sound good. All you doing is getting fed hope. All you doing is keep getting fed dreams. You keep getting fed hope. It's going to work this time. 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 Oh, he must know what he's talking about because they showing regulations and compliance, but I don't know what the hell I'm reading. And I'm reading it and it's saying what it's saying. Oh, he knows what he's talking about. Oh, okay. Then where the students' results at? And everything don't happen fast. It don't happen at one time. That's one thing I can agree. No, because you understand the complexities of this system. It's not no quick plug and play. You get results now. You have to fight for every results that you get. So the question is, why aren't the students popping up with the receipts? This is a sneak peek into my group. Remember, Mary, we good over here with the teacher. Where your receipts at, Mary? Mary, where? Matter of fact, why didn't any of y'all donate to the coat drive? It's only $9. Say you're doing it for the kids. Shit, I ain't mad at you. Hey. Y'all getting all this women, all these results, all this money. Y'all couldn't even send $9 for a coat drive. And I wasn't even going to go on Midwest Channel until I got word that my name was brought up in the chat. I said, let me pull up over there. I ain't scared to pull up. But as soon as I get over there, y'all get quiet. And then you never refute the things that I'm saying directly. You tell me to show a credit, show a check, or show a deposit. Your teacher ain't show one. Your teacher say he got transcripts. That ain't no deposit or refund. So where you at now? And then y'all remain silent when I said that shit. But this is the difference between me and you, Mr. Charles, Mary, and all you motherfuckers over there. I don't have to rely on that IRS check. As you can see, I do things on my own time in real life anyway. Y'all relying on it. Y'all need it. I don't need it to get investment property. I don't need it to do that. I don't start living life as soon as I get an IRS check. But what's cooking up behind the scenes with the IRS, since we on that topic, wow. Let's just say that's going to change everything. Ain't been waiting on it. But when we get back to that bridge, oh, it's definitely going to change everything. And the only ones who's going to get copies of what I sent, not a class, not making them pay for it, the only ones who are going to get a copy of what I sent are the elite members of the Supreme Elite Team Group. Notice that they just get a copy. Because they know what's going on behind the scenes. All those credits that y'all talking about, they know what's going on. But we'll keep that under wraps till it's time. But you gurus, where are your students at?
Sneak peek of the Supreme Elite Team. Troy, before I continue, is any part of the letter that you sent and all that, does that have to do even a morsel of what we go over?
Those are checks he's getting back from student loans. Hold on, this is administrative remedy. This is administratively. Don't y'all specialize in administrative? Why ain't y'all getting shit back administrative? What's on it? All you did is take the stuff I taught and applied it. Charles, Mary, why ain't y'all, all your teacher gotta do is give it to you, you apply it, you win. Why ain't y'all got shit? Why ain't y'all got shit? How many webinars y'all joined? Still ain't got shit, huh? I know. And that's one of the reasons why y'all always remain silent on certain parts, because you know deep down inside, I'm not even getting closer. The wool's over your eyes. I told you, when you start liking the teacher more than the information that they providing, you'll fall into that trap.
In class, the letter that you sent and all that, does that have to do even a morsel of what we go over in class?
Absolutely. It's got all of the core principles.
You're rock.
I attacked them in their private capacity as a private loan thing. And I followed it through, and I showed them the amount that where my loan package is in, and that it was 180 something million. I showed them that I put some bullet points together, showing them how it was not when it went through that it violated all the principles according to and that it was after the point that I signed the contract. Okay. And so they violated the contract and not having. I did it all. Yes.
The main elements that we go over in class night in and night out.
Rocking with the best. You're rocking with the best.
And it was not when it was after the point that I signed the contract. Okay. And so they violated the contract and not having. I did it all. Yes.
The main elements that we go over in class night in and night out. Troy, what do you think about this? Let me ask you an opinion. about making credit acceptance by that whistleblower complaint back from me?
I absolutely would do it after reading your paperwork and all of that stuff and having discussions with you. Man, you've got them fish over a barrel. That'll be easier than hunting ducks in a barrel.
Rewind that back for a second.
I did it all, yes.
Yep. The main element that we go over in class night in and night out. Troy, what do you think about this? Let me ask your opinion about making credit acceptance by that whistleblower complaint back from me.
I absolutely would do it after reading your paperwork and all of that stuff and having discussions with you. Man, you've got them fish over a barrel. That'll be easier than hunting ducks in a barrel.
He's a duck in a barrel.
And the thing about it is that I want to tell the class and whoever that's listening is that if
You talking about that, Troy? Ain't even finished litigation. Been like that since August 18th. No, hey, you're severely late. No, hey. It's payment information unavailable, red. You're severely late. You gotta pay now. We're gonna come get it. Just went live, but babe, my truck's still up front. My black one's still up front. Okay. You better come take it. You better come pay. We coming to get you. Haven't reported on credit to the credit bureaus since July. Still says current. Charles and Mary let you go over 100 days without making a payment. Watch what happens to you, though. Can your teachers tell you how to go over 100 days without making a payment? Without no assignment or compliance or instrument? Can they tell you how to go 100 days without making a payment with no repercussion over a goddamn email? And then overkill with the lawsuit? See, there ain't no administrative claims going on there. Email, hey, y'all better do this or I'm filing the suit. As soon as I send the email, filing the suit. Mary?
Attention to the things that he teaches in this class and start taking notes. Do your homework. Do your homework. Class. And start taking. I want to tell the class and whoever that's listening is that if you pay attention to the things that he teaches in this class and start taking notes, do your homework. Do your homework. You know, he can only lead a horse to water, but he can't make it drink. You have to drink yourself, okay? And I've missed, I've come down, I missed 85% of the classes and stuff, but I had the core things and the core principles down, and I read whatever he put out there.
As long as you have the core principles, you put your own, you got it. Core principle is the only thing that matters.
I throw it on my iPad and just start scrolling and reading, scrolling and reading. And
sorry, I ain't lead you around the wrong path yet, have I?
No, not at all. Not at all. And not only that, but I checked out with my securities attorney buddy, and he went over your brief, and he said, man, that's rock solid. He said, I could have done a better job myself.
You're rocking with the best. You're rocking with the best. You're rocking with the best.
Motherfucker hit. Motherfucker hit. Hit different. Hit different. At a purely professional level, judged as writing, reason, craftsmanship, it stands at a standard consistent with elite global practitioners in law, consulting, and policy drafting. It's highly polished, intellectually disciplined, and will be immediately respected by senior professionals anywhere in the world. That shit hit a little different now, don't it? Oh, ChatGPT only said it. Now you got a real top professional saying it too.
According to your conversation with your friend, the attorney, what we go over in group is right in line with the legal standards and the professionalism on how it has to look and what you need to know when you attack these people.
The words that he used was, "You're going about it standard operating procedures."
But is it worth it? Been wondering what truly matters to me. I know for sure it's not a
Yeah. So we about to get into the last one I wanted to show y'all. I mean, everything speaks for itself, y'all. Let's get to it. I'm about to put it up. We're gonna pull it up. And we about to have it. We about to get to it in a second. I gotta do something right quick, but I got this video I want us to watch. Because not only does it really get to where it needs to go, it actually tells you why you need the new culture empire and the Supreme Elite Team Group to file your lawsuits for you pro se if you don't have a real lawyer. Y'all give me a second.
no pressure. Nah, I ain't feeling no pressure. No, I ain't stunting her, man. She wanna get on top shit. I'ma let her. Come here. With this street code, I abide to the letter. It's just me against me, I ain't feeling no pressure. There's no hoes barred with the shit, nigga, everything gon' go. Hoes come to see me, I miss a heart and hustle up with the flow. I used to stand in the crowd, but now I'm the star of the show. My 10 in the field to play, I know you niggas looking down at my toes. I'm only smoking no pressure, I'm digging graves with the shovel. Just like Pac in my nigga bags, you should know Liddy be a rebel. They watch the corner for a stat, watch out. My little nigga be the lookout. You broke that shit embarrassing, like the drunk uncle at the cookout. My 10 down, you got a foot out. I fuck my bitch, never pull out. A bitch drowning my drip flicker, she gon' feel the stain from my wrist. You disrespect on that click, I put the tech on your lips. No handouts, they gon' go get it litty, cut a check for a quick. No pressure, nah, I ain't feeling no pressure. No, I ain't stunting her, man, she wanna get on top shit, I'ma let her. Come here. With this street code, I abide to the letter. 100, nigga. It's just me against me, I ain't feeling no pressure. There's no hoes barred with the shit, nigga, everything gon' go. Hoes come to see me, I miss a heart and hustle up with the flow. I used to stand in the crowd, but now I'm the star of the show. My 10 in the field to play, I know you niggas looking down at my toes. I ain't feeling no pressure, I do this shit in my sleep. I treat the hoes like a dog, want the bitches on a leash. I open up my palm, them tell me niggas come to eat. I got a kiss in my hand, can't tell me I ain't no peace. Lady counting his blessings, know he put me up on this level. My praise is up to the gods, but don't make me turn into a devil. I need to find that screw, cause I know my shit be loose. Went to sleeping on floors, now trapping out of the booth.
Okay.
Get it, bag it, get it, bag it, get it, bag it, get it, bag it. Red in my car like a bracket, blue diamonds on wrist like a cracket. The locator dropped and attack it, taking everything out to be stacking. Get it, bag it, get it, bag it, get it, bag it, get it, bag it. Red in my cut like a bracket. Blue diamonds on wrist like I'm cracking. And located, dropped and attack it. Taking everything out of the stack. See you showing stripes in your pimp, you ain't gon' slide. Half the niggas got a face looking for them, nah, they ain't gon' lie. Bitch, nigga, I'm spinning. Put your ass in that blender. Got a cartwheel in this tech. You know the dog gon' flip it. Stack to the ceiling. It's right when the bitches the rapper to get me. Blow the backs with the Simmons. That all on the back of the Simmons. What I get for the single look like it's double guarantee. I'm a triple that. Bands like the ass, they go triple stack. I got different pass like the nickel back. My niggas on time that we stack it. Get a drop that we ask me attack it. You just give me a week and flip over like the piss inside of a mattress. Got the raw of the shipments. Cold as a bitch, got a soul in the building. Jumping all on the stairwell. Only move for the women and children. It's the feeling the wake of the money. Counting that bad while you rollin', get blunted. Your bitch in the bed and she sleep. You ain't tripping at 6 in the morning. The phone is still ringing. Hello? The money is calling. 20 minutes. The money is calling. Just made a band while I'm yawning. Bro, niggas are speaking abundance. Get it, bag it. Get it, bag it. Get it, bag it. Get it, bag it. Red in my car like a bracket. Blue diamonds on wrist like I'm cracking. And located, dropped and attacking. Taking everything out to be stacking. Get it, bag it. Get it, bag it.
Yeah. Get it, bag it, fat. Okay, so this right here is a classic example of why you need the Supreme Elite team. This backdrop, it looks like it's a foreclosure. They had the redemption date. The redemption was passed. Whatever the lawyer is at the top right or at the bottom, I don't know. One of them are trying to take possession of it and look at all the arguments and claims. And this is what happened when your initial script doesn't work. You start to get emotional in court. You start to objecting at the wrong times. You don't have courtroom decorum. And this is why a lot of pro se people are scared of court. Because number one, none of their briefs of filings ever meets the court standards. And this is why you need the Supreme Elite team.
I can't find the name of the channel. I will. I think it's called.
I'm pulling up parking now. I'm parking, right? 5 seconds. Okay, I'm done, Jan.
You recall in reviewing your business records if a foreclosure was conducted with regard to this property?
Yes, it was.
Objection.
Channel is called Justice Feed. Link to the channel and the original video in the description.
Jan, and hearsay.
Okay, overruled. You may respond, sir.
On what grounds? So
Overruled. It doesn't have to tell you why it's overruled, so you don't know court. It's overruled. It's overruled. It's overruled. That's it. Every other lawyer that gets overruled, they don't be like, well, judge, why? Because the way people think that they think court is something where you just say, they did this, 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 they did this to me. Now give me what I want. No. Why? You don't get to ask the judge why.
To maintain the error for the record, when I appeal this don't go accordingly.
Okay, it's a business record, sir. That's an exception from
firsthand knowledge. Was he there at the closing table?
Doesn't need to be, sir.
Your Honor, it seems like you're practicing law from the bench. I'm gonna respect your courtroom, but I disagree.
They are allowed to rule, object, let this evidence in. That's their job. What do you? Oh, it's only practicing law from the bench when they don't get what they want. Yeah, y'all got to keep reminding me. I keep thinking these people actually coming into court, knowing courtroom procedures, knowing how to litigate, how to argue, how to object, the grounds for object, lay the foundation, how to ask a question. I'm thinking they know all these things. They don't even know the court rules. I keep forgetting, y'all.
I would disagree. It's tremendous. Court reporter, can you please note that the honorable judge, I'm stating he's practicing law from the bench without facts.
But your objection is part of the record, sir. All right. You may continue, Mr. Duher.
And is this a true, correct, and complete copy of the sheriff's deed of mortgage foreclosure to the best of your knowledge?
To the best of my knowledge, yes.
And is this sheriff's
objection, Your Honor? Can he vow to that under penalty of perjury? That's the original document.
Your Honor, he stated this to the best of his knowledge.
No, under penalty and perjury, can he contest that that is the original document with the wet blue ink signature? Penalty and perjury.
All right.
First of all, it's called perjury. And number two, he's under oath. He's a witness, sworn statement. That's it.
Sir, that's not the question. The question is whether he can identify the document.
Under penalty and perjury, can it be yes?
Sir, you have to stop interrupting.
Penalty and perjury.
You can make an objection, but once you've stated your objection, you have to stop.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
And for the record, Your Honor, I do have counsel coming for the next court.
This guy, I think this is a foreclosure or something. My guess is he's in a property he's not paying for. I could be wrong. I don't know. Because he's so obnoxious, I can't focus on it at all. But this judge is very sharp. He knows the law very well. He knows what he's doing. I can tell you that. But he's not used to this. I don't think he handles criminal calls or anything, but he's just not used to this sort of crazy. He deals with actual attorneys all day, and he is not prepared to deal with this sort of scumbag. He is laughing at it because it's funny, but he's a little too mellow about it.
Court date they obtain. As soon as he get back in the country, he will be jumping in and take care of this matter further. So I'll ask you just give my counsel some time before any permanent decision is made, so they can review these books, all interrogatories, so we can make.
His attorney, he's full soft sit. This guy is full soft sit. So his attorney, is not an actual attorney, and he's out of the country. He's coming back from Absentia, or I don't know. I don't know, Morocco. I don't know where, but I guarantee you he doesn't have a license to practice law in the state of Michigan, which is where they are.
Make a fair decision, because I'm not arguing. Is dead. They have not been in compliance with it.
And Your Honor, I would object to that, given this would be our third hearing, and he had ample time to get counsel.
Objection again.
All right, let's take one issue at a time, gentlemen. I can't be expected to remember three.
You know what that is? He's not saying it. It's all sovereign citizen arguments. That's all it is. It's all sovereign citizen arguments. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Four objections all at the same time. I'm going to overrule the objection on the basis of a business record exception. As to the request to adjourn the matter for Mr. Bay to retain counsel, I'm going to deny that request. Mr. Bay is...
On what grounds, Your Honor? Because I never got served directly.
If you stop speaking when I'm speaking, then I will state my grounds. And so
I never requested that. You stated that, Your Honor. This is my first time requesting any adjournment to bring in incredible counsel who can handle this matter fairly on my behalf.
At this point, I don't even see that you have standing to participate in this case, although I guess we will get to the proof on that issue. So,
so Your Honor, you don't have my deed of records right there. You don't have me as the deed owner. You don't have me as a certificate owner in the record. I put all that on the record. So for you to say I don't have standings is kind of unfair from my understanding.
And was that redemption date September 27, 2021?
Your Honor, he's coercing. He coercing Mr. Dewhurst.
As a government record and or document recorded with the applicable recorder of deeds.
What you can't see, if a lawyer did with this person down here, this is why they look frustrated with him, because he doesn't know courtroom decorum. If a lawyer would have done what how he's acting, that lawyer would have been sanctioned and may have lost his license, and the judge may have ordered him to undergo a psychiatric evaluation. You don't just spit out, oh, he's coercing, oh, that's fraud, that's legal. And I don't know why people always want to bring up fraud in court cases. It puts you behind the 8 ball. Okay, it puts you behind the 8 ball when you just start bringing up fraud in court, because it heightens your pleading standard. So let's say you raise fraud,
but you raised other little violations and you were right on those violations. But since you didn't meet the standard of fraud, you know you could lose your whole case.
For this document.
Okay. Any objection to
this guy with the grounds and the coercion and all that? He's really, really out of the Daryl Brooks school, the specific Daryl Brooks strain of soft sit stupidity.
that, Mr. Bay?
Absolutely objection.
Okay, and what's the basis for your objection?
He's a third-party debt collector. He's not a real party in interest, and he has no first-hand knowledge of any of the affairs that took place with this mortgage or at this closing table. And
that's the wrong argument. Because in the recent case of my client, she was being sued by Velocity Investments. That is a third-party debt collector. It's the wrong argument. Do you think this person would have got a pretrial, civil pretrial? All right, this being set for civil pretrial. Do you not understand that, oh, you're a third-party collector, I don't have any contract with you? That is a old tire trick that does not work anymore. About 10 years ago, it used to be a produce the contract. Most people thought that meant produce a contract between me and you. So the business were giving people like produce the contract. They thought it meant more things that they didn't have. So they would not pursue the judgment. But once they realized that people meant produce the actual contract between me and the third party debt collector, that's when they said, oh yeah, we got this. Anybody can buy debt. I can buy debt from you today, give a payment tomorrow, and next month file a suit against you and get a judgment against you. Third-party debt collectors can buy and sue on those debts that they purchase. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean that they don't have the legal right to do so. See, a lot of people base law based on their legal feelings and their beliefs and what they believe is right. I base law based on the legal standards, what it means, what's the interpretation, what are the standards, what are the procedures, regardless of how I feel about a particular situation. That's the difference.
Mr. Dewhurst he's not eligible to bind a corporation. Do he have the status of a CFO or a CEO in that company?
Okay, so
none of that matters. See, I told you, all irrelevant, it doesn't matter arguments that they're going to make.
Objection is that this witness doesn't have the
first-hand knowledge to any other matters.
Okay, all right. So the objection is overruled.
And has Carrington ever conveyed any of their ownership?
Objection, Your Honor. Objection.
What basis, sir?
Rightful owner as the title, rightful owner as complete ownership of the property. Can't just take away my interest like that without facts. You guys still have not had no verification of debt. What you have in your hands, Your Honor, we don't reached out. They cannot verify that debt, and they cannot verify that they ever loaned Rachel Brown and Matthew Brown any money for this mortgage. They can't. They can't prove that, and they haven't yet, and I've been waiting. I just want to know if they're a real party in interest, are they a real creditor in the amount, so we could handle any financial obligation if owed. They are yet to prove that. Like you said, I got the deed.
What he's trying to say is, do they have standard to collect this debt? That's a totally different argument. See what I'm saying? Real party of interest, yes, that's a legal term, but most people go into court like him. Prove that you're this, prove that you're that, prove that you're this. No, their position is already clear when they file it. As fighting against these people, as I fought against the federal government, as I fought against civil companies, very well versed in law, very much know what I'm doing. My job is not to prove your case wrong. Their job is to prove their case. My job is to invalidate the elements and the standards and the procedures that they have to meet in order to prove their case. See, he's trying to fight based on actual events that happen. See, personal. They're taking things personal. He wants to fight on that level. I'm not fighting on that level. You say you're this, you say you're this, you say you're this, then I'm going to invalidate the elements. I'm going to chop your foundation from you that will, and at the resulting, you'll be invalidating your own claim. See, I don't ever try to make you prove anything. I take what you say, take what you file, and then I invalidate your position. That's a totally different way. Actually, that's the professional way of going about it.
And it's sealed by the county records. I have the warranty deed as well, and it's sealed by the county records. Jackson, can you prove I didn't redeem and attempt to redeem?
Having, this is another people do. This is the off branch of that sovereign citizen. Just because you do some tricks to get the deed and title back into your name and then transfer it into the trust, y'all got to stop acting like the trust just shields you from everything. Regardless of what you get the deed title back, unless the debt was extinguished or they legally release you from the obligation or they sent you a letter saying you don't owe anymore, that deed is still subject to their security interest in the payments owed on the property that is subject of the deed. When people start to wake up and understand law is not based on what you're doing, what you think is correct. Once people start to understand that, they will understand that this is not what you think it is in court.
Can you prove that it hasn't been corresponding and negligence on you guys' behalf?
Overruled.
The property was foreclosed on and Carrington took control of it.
So it was already foreclosed on. The property was foreclosed on. Just because you got some deed, did some trick to the deeds, sealed the deeds, went to the county, it doesn't take away their security interest in the property. It doesn't. Y'all got to stop thinking that doing these things, putting them in a trust, it just means they can't do nothing. Then y'all be mad, going to court mad because what you thought was true does not work.
Okay.
Objection, Your Honor. How can you take control over something that I got the taxes in my name? I've been staying there the last year, and I have the deed and the warranty deed again.
That's the point. You think just because you got those things that they don't have a claim. The house was foreclosed on. The redemption period has expired. In your mortgage contract, if you don't pay, they can take, that's why they're there, to take the property. They have the legal right to do so. They still have a security interest on the property because the property is what secures the underlying debt and which you got the loan for to purchase the property. They don't even know how corporate financing works. They don't even know how the shit works for real. I don't care about your teachers. Ain't nobody doing this but us. Nobody wants to do what y'all doing because y'all not doing it on the top professional level.
For the record.
May I ask a question that would help?
I don't know the underlying facts of the case, but it sounds like a squatter to me.
You may, Mr. Johnson.
Objection, Your Honor. He's about to coerce him again. The question was clear. He could answer that on his own. He said he had 30 plus years of experience. This shouldn't be his first rodeo. He can answer that on his own.
Was there any redemption made by any party?
It's too bad, Bob, because your family is here. Mr. Bay is the one currently speaking.
During that time?
No.
And none of your reflections?
Objection.
None of your record?
Objection.
And once again, you have not.
What's your objection?
That's not credible. That's not credible.
Sorry, this is not your time to ask questions, Mr. Bay. Mr.
Okay,
Johnson,
let me know when I'm credible to ask questions.
All right, Mr. Johnson, any other questions?
Has Carrington ever conveyed ownership of the subject property to any party?
No.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.
Objection, Your Honor. Matthew Brown, not the owner at the time that they
Mr. Bay, this is your time to ask questions. So if you want to ask any questions to Mr. Dewhurst, you may ask questions to Mr. Dewhurst.
Okay, Mr. Dewhurst. Is it not law that 15 USC 1692G requires verification of any debt?
Your Honor, I object as to relevancy.
That's the problem. Y'all keep throwing this 15 USC 1692. They got, and all I hear y'all say is they got to do this. They got to do that. They got to do that. They got to do that. They got to do this. They got to do that. They always got to do these things. And then when y'all realize that they don't do them, none of you have anything to do. Or send this or send a default notice. If there was, what did I tell you about the compliance and the regulations? They don't always follow them. So if they didn't validate the debt or verify the debt or whatever with the debt, what do you do then? What do you do then? What do you know how to do then? Exactly. This is why they never win.
Again, what's the relevancy, Mr. Bay?
I'm establishing bounds for fraud. And since there's no statute of limitation for fraud, I'm going to make sure if they're not the original creditor, that it's fraud.
Right. So just because you say fraud, just because you say fraud, if fraud is alleged in the court, motion, doesn't it subject your pleading to heightened standard? Yes. Alleging fraud in a court motion subjects your pleading to a heightened standard of scrutiny, requiring that the circumstances be stated with particularity as mandated by rules like the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure 9B. This means you must specify the who, what, when, where, and how of the fraud, not just make general accusations. This standard is more rigorous than the standard for most other claims. And what do? They go into court saying fraud by not who, what, when, where, how, and just by saying if you're not the original creditor, it's fraud. When they already said that they did not transfer the claim to anyone else. This is the original creditor here. But since I told you, they only take the vague meanings, literal meanings, and run with it. They never get the context. They never get the interpretations. This is what I mean.
You didn't respond to the relevancy or how this is relevant.
The relevancy of 15 USC 1692G, it binds any corporation or anybody who's saying there's a debt or a balance to verify.
Okay, so this is the time to ask questions, not to argue law.
No, I'm not trying to. I'm asking a question. That was a question.
You have a question regarding the facts for Mr. Dewhurst. Okay, you may proceed.
Yes. So again, Mr. Dewhurst, under 15 USC 1692G, do you have to verify a debt?
I'm going to object again regarding relevancy, Your Honor. This is, unfortunately, he does not have standing to bring any claims of verification.
Objection. I'm a real party in interest. Objection, Your Honor. He doesn't have any standing. He hasn't proven he's more than a third-party debt collector yet.
Your Honor, after the foreclosure period ran,
Your Honor, we don't know if this is credible.
After the foreclosure period ran, you get a redemption date. So let's say they foreclose. I think you get about 10 days or 30 days, depending on what state you're in. That only means that, let's say you get foreclosed, they get you foreclosed. They say judgment should be in possession should be within 10 days. Or some states have a 30-day redemption period. That means within the next 30 days, if you come up with the money, you get first dibs at the property. That means all it protects the borrower is called just a right of redemption. First person in line. So let's say on the 29th day, everybody's getting ready to pay. On the 30th, like you have it, you skip the line. So if this person wants to buy, this person want to buy, you the homeowner, who cares who wants to buy? Who cares if they have more money? You can pay off the balance and get the home back. But this protects homeowners from being bought out. Like let's say you owe $300,000 and you find a way coming at $300,000, but somebody got $800,000. You know the bank's gonna sell it to the one that got $8. That right of redemption means no, within this 30-day period, the borrower gets the first dibs. So they gotta wait 30 days or 10 days, depending on the state. You notice I got the wherewithal to say depending on the state, because I'm not sure whether it's 10 days in most states or 30 days instead of just 30 days and that. It depends on what state. If each state's got 30 days, cool. But if not, then whatever that date is, that's when they can redeem it. This date passed and he hasn't redeemed it. Looks like he's squatting.
Are you serious? I mean, how could it get worse?
Ask my question, Your Honor.
All right, gentlemen, you cannot speak at the same time.
Next question. So, Mr. Dewhurst, are you conscious of the verification of that letter that been sent to you, to your company twice, that I sent with behalf of Matthew Brown and Rachel Brown, that they're
Bro, they rarely ever respond to those. They don't respond. And when they do, it's going to be some BS because y'all don't know how to use that lack of response to tie into your factual allegations. See, with the Supreme Elite team, that lack of response will be part of the suit. See, it was state laying foundation. You pro se, sovereign citizen, getting your tricks from online. None of you all know how to lay a proper foundation for your case. That's why y'all lawsuits and your arguments be all over the place. You're just throwing things at the wall, hoping one sticks.
You're yet to respond from. My notary sent it. The notary republic sent it.
Your Honor, I would have to object.
Yes or no?
Sir, you have to let Mr. Johnson state his objection. Mr.
Okay,
Johnson, what's your objection?
Your Honor, he's asking the witness to respond to a vague request if he has any notice, but I would ask that he would only ask as it relates to the business records, Your Honor.
Objection, Your Honor. I sent that to the Business and Record Department, and I sent it attention to the CFO of the company.
That's an argument. That's not a question. This is a time for questions.
No, that was in the form of a question. You didn't let me finish, Your Honor.
Okay, well, you can't ask multiple questions within the same question.
Okay. Well, Mr. Dewhurst, what was the problem answering the verification of debt letter? If you have that in the record, so we've been asking for the original.
Objection, Your Honor. He stated that he
that's a legitimate question. That's legitimate. I want to see the answer.
He was not aware of a letter.
Okay, so if he wasn't aware of it, see, he has to know how to use that against him. He got to learn to use that against him. Because a lot of these companies are not going to do it.
Correct. So I should say then, moving forward, is there a problem producing the original contract with the wet bluing signature from Rachel Brown? And
there you go, right there. That's where you messed up right there. That's the number one. You mess up right there. And this is why when people get information and it's outdated and they never update their information, they never update their data, they don't need to have the blue wet ink signature anymore. It's called electronic copy because they're stored in electronic files. This is not 1950 where they keep the records in their office. It gets converted into electronic copies. You notice how when you get your contract, a copy, this is not 1930s before they had computer systems. Everything's stored electronically. There's no such thing as a blue wet ink signature. That is an old sovereign citizen talking point.
Matthew Brown, if you have that in the records.
Okay, so you have a question for Mr. Dewhurst?
Yes, Mr. Dewhurst. Is it fair to say you cannot prove that the original, you don't have access to the original copy of the note of the mortgage?
Yes,
under penalty and perjury. Do the company have it, Mr. Dewhurst?
So you may ask another.
And okay, also, Mr. For you, Your Honor. So it's also credible and fair to say he has no firsthand knowledge of anything as well.
Okay, so that's an argument. That's not a question. Okay. So yeah.
All right, I'm learning. I'm sorry, Your Honor. Thank you for your patience. So Mr. Dewhurst.
And this is the problem. You're supposed to do your learning outside the courtroom. But this is what happens when you put yourselves in these situations and you're in panic and desperation mode. You're in a position where you're inexperienced, you don't know law, you don't know court procedures, but you have to do something to save your house. This is why I tell people, do not jump into these spaces or the law and the legal complexities of it if there's something on the line. You should study and learn in peace. But if that is not the situation for you, then you need to understand that you don't know nowhere near what you need to know to win in court, and you need to hire a professional attorney, or you can reach out to the
You're rocking with the best.
Can, under penalty and perjury, can you confirm that your company followed all gap procedures with this process.
Objection.
No relevance. And here's the thing about saying follow gap procedures. What does that mean? Besides recording assets and liabilities. So everybody throws gap out there. What does gap really mean? And how does gap apply to your situation from an accounting standpoint? So you got to be able to break all that down in court. But most people think that court is nothing more than an extension of the administrative process. Judges, oh yeah. They say words all the time they don't know. Don't really know what it fully entails.
Your Honor.
So I guess the last question, again, I just want to confirm that Mr. Dewhurst, you have no firsthand knowledge of the of Carrington Mortgage being a creditor in this loan for this mortgage. So that's still kind of broad, Your Honor. I want for the record for him to say, are you guys the creditor, or you don't know?
Are asked and answered.
No, that's not asking and answer. I'm asking directly, Mr. Dewhurst, is Carrington Mortgage? Can you confirm they're the creditor of this loan or this note, or you don't know? And I'm asking you that for lawful reasons.
And so by bidding the highest in the sheriff's sale, what interest does that give Carrington then in this proceeding?
For some reason, I really do want to hear some moot point right now.
We're then the creditor.
Okay. All right.
Allegedly. So that is true if that's the case. But if, Your Honor, or court, if Carrington can never prove they ever issued anything, is it fair or is it lawful to state that they never have the right to say they hit with the highest bidder with anything?
So Carrington Mortgage purchase was the highest bidder. So it looks like they brought that property to rent it out. Okay. So I would analyze the situation. Okay, so Carrington purchased the mortgage. They was the highest bidder, so they received X amount of dollars for the property. That's when my advanced accounting knowledge would come in, and my advanced tax law would come in. And since they made the purchase and sold the debt and got paid for the debt, this when my focus would be, See, when I take the transaction and turn it upside on its head, it's going to spill its true meaning. So then my argument in that moment, backed by case law, accounting, their own balance sheets, their own procedures, I would be like, well, I think you all wrote that down. I will investigate the PV of the amount owed versus what's on the contract. And I will make an argument for set off in court. But they're not going to think that far.
Any more questions for Mr. Dewhurst, Mr. Bay?
Not at this moment, Your Honor.
Okay.
Not at this moment. I'll let my counsel deal with that.
Okay. Does the plaintiff rest?
Yes, Your Honor. But if I may just conclude with a couple of things, if that's okay.
Well, objection, Your Honor. Statement and brief from counsel is sufficient for summary judgment.
And to show that there was indeed a foreclosure sale conducted on March 25th, 2021.
Objection, Your Honor.
And this is final argument, so that you can't object to that.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
All right. Additional final statement.
And look at him. He's playing through his dreads, slouched over in court, in his vehicle. Just no. It's sad, man. It's sad how so many people just walking themselves right off a cliff every day. It's sad.
Arguments, Mr. Bay?
Yeah, again, Your Honor, he's wasting judicial resource coming with this because, again, I have proof on file and on record, correspondence. We try to resolve this matter. At this time, I would like to bring my counsel in. They'll be back in the States in a couple of weeks. And also, Your Honor, can I request that Mr. Johnson put his bond on file? Can I get his bond information, his liability bond for this matter?
And this is when you run into strict desperation. This is all desperation here.
Well,
Okay, no, that's not an issue in this case.
I asked for you to just honor my motion, honor my counterclaim to dismiss this matter, because they don't have, it's not a, nobody with real party and interest on this line right now. Nobody with firsthand knowledge is on this court case right now that can speak and contest to what's going on. So with that being said, I asked to adjourn this matter or dismiss this matter because for failure to state a claim upon which relief can be granted.
See, they can memorize words like that. And it's not because they actually know what it really means in the court standards. It's because they just memorize it from some documents that they got in the class. And this is the end result when you play Russian roulette with your most precious assets, such as your home. This is what happens day in and day out, all from learning in these spaces. This is what's going to happen to you too.
An individual who's identified himself by the name of Amate Bey claims to have a possessory interest in the property, though he did not present any proof on the record to.
Another issue, they never ever back up their claims with factual evidence, because someone told them that all they got to do is just tell the courts what happened. I mention this in my Supreme Elite team all the time. All you got to do is tell the courts this, tell the courts this, and whatever you say is supposed to just be taken as gold. None of them ever back any of their claims up with factual allegations, with black and white factual evidence to back it up. And this is important because it hits to the administrative side. If you're doing all these processes, submitting all these documents, and your factual evidence, which you think gives you the right for doing so, if you have anything that's related, anything to what they call sovereign citizens, is this some pseudo legal way? If it's not recognized in the regulation, if it's not recognized in the codes or the legal lawsuits of anyone prevailing with the same arguments you had in their case, when you start to put these claims and assert your rights, most people find out the hard way that the evidence and the claims of what you are relying on to assert your rights crumbles under the scrutiny of the courts. In court, you will know if your claims and your compliance, you're really as compliant as you think you are. This whole talk, nobody should ever go to court. Yeah, I get that. But 90% of what y'all trying to do out there is going to end up in some legal action, because most of the times what you're trying to do is not recognized and it doesn't exist. So if you are continuing to do this and they're not acquiescing, the only way to really know if you're really on the right path is to take them to court or defend yourself in court. See, all these administrative teachers sending documents and this, you don't really know if you know what you're talking about, because it hasn't been under the scrutiny of the judicial system. When your claims is under the scrutiny of the judicial system and you prevail, that actually gives your future administrative process more legal right, because you can hold their feet to the fire and say, hey, if you play games with me and don't honor this or try to block me from certain my rights or whatever, I'm going to take you into court. You might want to check out these cases. And then when you send your administrative letter with them, you can point out that how your claims, your rights, your entitlements will be enforced in court with case law supporting your position. Outside of that, all you're doing is just sending documents into them. You're not really creating any headwaves. That's all you're doing. And if it's not that, it's some trick to put money into a trust account. It's always some financial trick to get something. That's all it is.
Day of any interest that would make him have standing to contest this mortgage foreclosure and this suit for possession. So based on the proofs on the record, the court does find that Carrington Mortgage Service, LLC, does have the right to possession, and therefore a judgment of possession against Amate Bey and all occupants of the premises is granted.
What is my my time frame to no, can you just for the record, so there's no contract with Amitai Bay and Carrington Mortgage in this matter, right?
Sir, I'm not going to explain my ruling to you. I've just ordered that the Carrington Mortgage would have the right to get an order of eviction, removing all occupants from the premises.
That's fine, Your Honor. I'll make sure it get overruled in a higher court. Thank you.
Okay, all right. That's all.
One thing that I would tell people to do is stop focusing on discharging the contract. This is why it doesn't get anywhere, because they already know that you're not even obligated on it anyway. And it's not their job to tell you if you got it right or wrong, or if you're getting hot or you're getting cold. This told you, it's not their job. They're not going to tell you any. You got to know these things before you're walking into a courtroom. It's just something that you have to know. And the sad part about it is too many people are walking into court nowhere near the level they need to be in order to be successful. Nowhere near. Original assessment of tax starts with you.
The new webinar from the New Culture Empire, The Truth About Income Taxes, where Thomas will explain and break down the historic income tax laws dating back to the Civil War, and how you must understand historic tax laws in order for you to avail yourself from the obligation to pay income taxes. Disclaimer: the 16th Amendment is constitutional and was ratified by the necessary states. The income taxes are valid and are applicable whether you fall under the requirements to assess and pay taxes. That's what Thomas is going to explore in the upcoming webinar.
16th Amendment allowed Congress to levy an income tax on individual and businesses. No apportionment required with this newly 16th Amendment. Now let's put a ribbon in that, because all other direct taxes require apportionment. 16th Amendment allowed for a tax to not be subject to the rule of apportionment. But all other taxes that are subject to the rule of apportionment are under the headings of direct taxes. So you mean to tell me the Constitution forbids direct taxes unless it's subject to the rule of apportionment, but in the same breath, the 16th Amendment allow for a direct and non-apportioned tax? Example of apportioned tax is your property taxes, depending on what state you're in. You notice that the federal government doesn't have any statutes regarding to direct taxes. It's really a state thing. Depending on what state you're in, you pay property tax. So I'm in a property tax state, so let me ask yourself a question. So if I'm paying income taxes that are direct taxes, but not subject to the rule of apportionment, then I can write my state and argue that, hey, why am I paying property taxes? They're not subject to the rule of apportionment, so they're not direct. You can't charge me because, hey, the income tax is not subject to the rule of apportionment and they're direct taxes. So if the income tax is not subject to the rule of apportionment, which is under the headings of direct tax, then I don't owe these property taxes because they're not subject to the rule of apportionment as well.
Oh, snap.
You see how how they would have you believe that basically with that reasoning, one section of the Constitution is destroying the other. No, all direct taxes are subject to the rule of apportionment. For the proportional apportionment of direct taxes. So you mean to tell me the 16th Amendment created its own separate class? Well, dating back to the Civil War, it's always been direct taxes, subject to the rule of apportionment, and indirect taxes, which is subject to the rule. I need people to stop self-assessing taxes first, okay? And I need people to start filing taxes under the Constitution.
You're rocking
This
with
video
the
was part of a
best.
3-hour masterclass on the constitutional.
Well, that's all for today, folks. And once again, the New Culture Empire Supreme Elite team did another great job of breaking down what needs to be broken down. Anybody that's in the chat over there, next time you mention my name, just make sure you pull up when I go live. But it ain't no thing. It ain't no thing. We're going to continue to push. We're going to continue to keep it moving. One thing about this, you can never take what's up here. You can say whatever you want. I know enough here to think my way into some shit. Strategize my way into some things. Hey, do not get mad at me. I don't make the rules. I just follow protocol.
No pressure, nah, I ain't feeling no pressure. No, I ain't stunting her, man. She wanna get on top shit, I'ma let her. Come here. With this street code, I'll abide to the letter. It's just me against me, I ain't feeling no pressure. There's no hoes barred with the shit, nigga, everything gon' go. Hoes come to see me, I miss a heart and hustle up with the flow. I used to stand in the crowd, but now I'm the star of the show. My 10 in the field of play, I know you niggas looking down at my toes. I'm only smoking no pressure, I'm digging graves with the shovel. Just like Pac in my nigga bags, you should know Liddy be a rebel. They watch the corner for a stat, watch out. My little nigga be the lookout. You broke that shit embarrassing, like the drunk uncle watch the cookout. My 10 down, you got a foot out. I fuck my bitch, never pull out. A bitch drowning my drip flicking, she gon' feel the stain from my wrist. You disrespect on that click, I put the tech on your lips. No handouts, they gon' go get it litty, cut a check for a quick. No pressure, nah, I ain't feeling no pressure. No, I ain't stunting her, man, she wanna get on top shit, I'ma let her. With this street code, I'll abide to the letter. 100, nigga. It's just me against me, I ain't feeling no pressure. There's no hoes barred with the shit, nigga, everything gon' go. Hoes come to see me, I miss a heart and hustle up with the flow. I used to stand in the crowd, but now I'm the star of the show. My 10 in the field of play, I know you niggas looking down at my toes. I ain't feeling no pressure, I do this shit in my sleep. I treat the hoes like a dog, while the bitches on a leash. I open up my palm, then tell the niggas come and eat. I got a kiss in my hand, can't tell me I ain't no peace. Let it counting his blessings, know he put me up on this level. My praise is up to the gods, but don't make me turn into a devil. I need to find that screw, cause I know my shit be loose. Went to sleeping on floors, now trapping out of the booth. No pressure, I ain't feeling no pressure. No, I ain't stunting her, man, she wanna get on top shit, I'ma let her. With this street code, I'll abide to the letter. It's just me against me, I ain't feeling no pressure. There's no hoes barred with the shit, nigga, everything gon' go. Hoes come to see me, I miss a heart and hustle up with the flow. I used to stand in the crowd, but now I'm the star of the show. My 10 in the field of play, I know you niggas looking down at my toes. No pressure.